Everything's
Hello.
fine.
Do you hear us now? I forgot to add all of our microphones into this. Hey everyone, that was a great practice run through the opening interview. Let's do it for real this time.
Good blib session.
Yes. Okay. Hi everyone.
Chad.
This is Ganon11, aka Mike. I'm going to be co-hosting this race along with Meredith. Meredith, say hello.
Hello, I'm Meredith.
Yes, you are. And we have our runners, Adam, Connor, Matt, and Sterling, in alphabetical order. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, Sterling wins, everyone else fails. Again, Simon says.
Oh no, that's my weakness. I hate failure.
So, we are going to be doing a brief touch base with everyone to kind of figure out what everyone's strategy is, what they're going to be thinking about as they go into this race. I'm going to kick everyone out of the Discord call, except Meredith, and then we're going to shortly get started with this race. Each of these players will have 3 hours to try and go from a completely fresh file to as many clears as they can in 3 hours. With that said, Adam, what is your strategy going into this race?
So my strategy is pretty much just going to be improvised. I'm going to get the bow first off as soon as I can, and then work my way up to the Malphon Knuckles, going with a Zeus and Artemis combo.
Nice. Knuckle, Zeus, Artemis sounds like a great plan. Matt, how does your plan compare to this?
All right, I am going to be focusing just on the sword because I'm comfortable with it at this point, and I'm going to be focusing on survivability upgrades outside of that instead of other weapons. And then while I'm actually in the run, looking for duo boons where they are available.
Amazing. Dual boons always fun and advantageous to get. Sterling, what are your thoughts going into this race?
I too will be sticking with the sword. I find that using the keys to unlock more abilities in the mirror pretty quickly is pretty handy for some of the latter few escape attempts I'll be doing in this 3 hour time span. But one thing that I'm sure that Adam and Matt are doing as well is spending our first nectar on Skelly in order to get the Skelly Tooth ASAP, which we find to be one of the most handy trinkets. If I get more nectar and a little bit of gems, then I will also get Hypnosis Chthonic Pouch, so I can get a little bit of money at the beginning of a run and then swap over to the Skelly Tooth for later sections of the Underworld.
All right, so a very heirloom-based strategy you got going on there. Sounds great. And finally, Connor, I know that you have voluntarily decided to impose some extra restrictions on yourself. Do you want to talk about that real quick?
I have. I've played this game an unhealthy amount. I think 200 and some odd hours. I have cleared it about 100 times at least. So I decided to put myself on hell mode, which is an optional way to start a file. It gives the following problems. Every enemy deals 20% more damage. Every health restoration you get is 25% less effective. You face 20% more enemies. Every enemy has 15% more health. And there's this function in the game where if you take damage for a short while after that, you have a little bit of invulnerability. In hell mode, that is turned off.
Okay. It sounds like it's going to be, for lack of a better term, hellish.
Mm-hmm. My strategy is more or less the same as Matt and Sterling's. Stick with the sword, prod with the sword, and pray. And if I get Curse Slash, it's pretty much over.
Curse Slash is indeed a really good boon. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in for a little bit. At this point, I will ask you, please leave the Discord call so that you can kind of start your engines, get your game going, get your sound good. And I will ask for you to send messages in our Discord chat when you are ready to go. Thank you so much.
All right.
Peace out, everyone.
Good luck.
All right, and as they are clearing out, Meredith, what are your thoughts before the race?
In general, I'm excited to see how everybody is going to be differently utilizing the sword. I know that back when Matt was first getting into the game, we weren't the best with the sword, and he really enjoyed the spear. So I'm excited to see how the gameplay is going to change on that. And in general, I'm excited to see the general insanity that is going to be Connor's corner of the screen.
Yes. So keep an eye out on Connor's stream. I'm going to be pressing buttons and making them fly all over the place, but hopefully they will all stay properly named and labeled, so you'll be able to keep up with them. I will, of course, be doing fun, mid-run technical updates.
Wonderful. We have 4 readies in the chat, so shall I tell them to get going?
All right, Meredith, give them send them the ping. What am I trying to say? Send them the ping at the count of 5,
Release the hounds.
4,
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go.
And they're theoretically off. All right,
Off
I
to
see
the
Connor is
races in
going.
theory.
I see Sterling is going. Adam is going. And Matt is going.
Very good.
All right.
Alrighty.
Pick a number from 1 to 4. Which stream would you like to listen to first?
Let's go with 2.
Let's go with 2. 2 is C. And I forget which one is C stream. I had a list open and then I closed it because I said I don't need this anymore. Who is it? Who is it?
To hell with this place.
Maybe people can figure it out from context clues. Who said to hell with this place? It looks like it's Matt.
Alrighty.
So we're going to be following along with Matt's stream for just a little bit, and it looks like we're already dropping keyframes because we tested this and had technical troubles with 1 stream, but now we're doing 4, and you know what? We're just going to run with it. We're just going to roll with it. So, Meredith, I've played a lot of Hades, and I know you have played a lot of Hades. Would you like to explain to our audience who maybe don't know a ton about Hades what is going on?
Sure thing. Well, first off, I have
hear me all the way where you are,
consumed
Goddess.
a lot of Hades.
Consume.
I tried to play Hades, and I am not good enough at video games to not become extremely anxious about dying in Hades. But the great thing about Hades is that if you're not me, you don't have to be anxious because dying isn't real. Because Hades is going with a roguelike or roguelite structure, whichever floats your boat better. Negs you, and you try again.
Awesome. Tyler just has reminded me that on all my fun zoom-in sub-scenes, I have also forgotten to add our voices. So,
Oh no!
so they lost about the last 10 seconds of what you're saying. Could you do me a big favor and vamp while I set this up?
Sure thing. So if you lost the last 10 seconds, that means you didn't get to have my fun joke, maybe, about the fact that every time you die, your dad negs you about it. A lot of people in this house neg you about it. You've got Hypnos, who talks about how maybe you should try not dying next time. You've got your dad, who reminds you you're a failure. You've got Meg, who laughs at you if she's the one who beat you up. And then you have your nice mom and your trainer, who are supportive. But every time that you die, you show back up in your house, talk to everybody, get your friendships up, and you're able to create new abilities so that even though this is going with the roguelike structure of starting from the beginning every time, no save points, you are getting stronger both as the player learning how to play the game and as the character Zagreus, who is getting new abilities for each of his weapons and new fortitudes in a way in how he can play, how many times he can not quite die, and things like that. And as the players had mentioned at the beginning, most of them, 3 out of 4, are utilizing the sword, which is the first weapon that you start with. And then Adam's going to be switching over to the bow, which is second or third that you get. You get a number of weapons throughout this game, and each one will have a slightly different playstyle, and it'll also change how people talk to you. Fun fact, if you get the gun, every time you talk to someone, except the God of War, they're like, whoa, that thing's bad news. Why are you using that? And then you talk to the God of War, and he's like, ah, yes, the gun. I love it.
Yes, one of my favorite destructive weapons.
Extremely efficient in the murder department. Well done, kid.
That was...
Well, oh, we're not listening to Adam.
Leave it to the
Or, sorry, we're not listening to Matt, we're listening to Adam.
Okay. That is fun, though, because when I said 2, I was thinking of Adam.
Okay, well, good thoughts.
Thanks.
Yeah, I got confused. It seemed like at one point we were super lined up with Matt, but no, I consulted all of my notes and it said, no, Matt is not going to the C stream, Adam is. And then when we just lined it up again with Dionysus, that's definitely Adam. So now we're watching the right one on the big Zoom.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Things with Dionysus are very fun. Dionysus is one of my favorite characters. Matt always calls him our drunkle, and I have to remind him that he's our cousin, which means he's our Dresden.
Our Dresden, yes. Those are my favorite series of novels, the Dresden Files.
Yeah, his boons are great because it'll just make everybody kind of like slow and just slowly lose health because they're just becoming more and more drunk.
Yeah, the damage over time is nice, especially when you just load up a ton of stacks on a boss, and yeah, you're just taking 10 damage every half a second. Deal with that. That's why
That's alcohol poisoning, baby.
That's alcohol poisoning. Hooray! Yeah, I have to say I'm a pretty big fan of every god's boons in this game. I think the only exception is I'm not the biggest fan of Hermes, unfortunately.
Ooh, when we have the boys back on the call, do not let Matt know because Hermes is his favorite.
Oh, I will tell Matt. I will tell Matt all day, every day. My opinion.
He
on
usually
Hermes.
really likes getting like the various extreme dashes. There's that specific one which is like if you kill all the enemies in a room within a certain amount of time, you just go faster in general, I think. And he usually tries to chain that with other things to just zoom through a bunch of rooms. Probably not going to be trying that today because that's like a late game all buffs up strat.
Yeah. Ironically, it might be helpful today because going fast is really good, but also you'd be spending that time going fast and not getting strong.
True.
So it would be an interesting balancing act.
Definitely.
So far, our characters are still going through. What is this first one? It's Tartarus. I'm mind blanking a lot because if you can imagine this, I'm a little sleep-addled.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a second. Were you up all night playing a time game?
No, I was not up all night, but I was up until about 1 a.m. playing.
I would say that's all night, seeing as the 1 a.m. is the morning.
For a certain
Up all
definition.
night making voice experiences.
Making voice changer experiences. Speaking of experiences, Adam and Connor are about to have a stepsister experience. AKA
Very true.
They're fighting Megara the Fury. Oh, and Adams is playing my favorite music. It's so good.
It's really good.
I can't get over how good Out of Tartarus is.
It's extremely good. This soundtrack in general is really, really great. It was really fun for me to see the kind of like metal influences that they went with, which was very different, but how they still kind of kept there's like an overarching kind of rustic sense, and I think it's just probably just the types of guitars that Korg has that I feel like exist throughout the game, and it was exciting to see both ends of that spectrum in this soundtrack. I adore the Supergiant soundtracks. Like, for example, I love the Pyre soundtrack, even though I've never played the game. I listened to the whole soundtrack on loop at my old job because it was just so good.
Yeah. So it looks like Connor and Sterling have both died in their first attempt at defeating Megara. Adam is still going, but he is taking a lot of damage. Fortunately, he's picked up Divine Dash from Athena, and so the bullet hell segment becomes just a free damage against Megara segment. Unfortunately, the way I've created this scene, we can't see Meg's health bar when I'm giving Adam the zoom. So it's a little bit of a mystery how well Adam is doing. The suspense is
However, we
killing
know
me.
that he's in some of the final stages because she doesn't use these kind of AoE bursts from the ground until you're at least halfway.
That's true. She has gotten to the real mad section.
She's in the big mad zone right now.
She's getting real mad, real angry.
I'm wondering if in this run we will have enough progress to see any of the other Furies.
Yeah, that's a good question. I
know that. I forgot her name. The extra mad one.
And
Not to
Adam
Symphony.
has died.
Electo?
Yeah, Electo. Yeah.
Could have been me.
Bummer. Wait, no, it's not. Fury was vanquished. He's good.
Oh. I saw a black screen and I saw what. Okay, so I did what I do in most of my runs, which is I know that I'm at low health. I see a black screen and a noise plays, and I say, "Oh, I must have died."
Yep.
But-
Yeah. It especially happens when you're doing the boss fights because they die in the same manner you do.
Yeah, they die.
But yeah, no,
dissolve
Adam
into
is our
blood.
first person into Asphodel, which is very exciting.
And by Asphodel, I think you mean Norfair, because this is obviously a Metroid game, right?
You are correct. I'm so sorry. I was over here thinking about Harry Potter and Potions class. That's why I said Asphodel.
Yeah, that's the
definitely
reference I'm
Norfair.
missing because regardless.
In like the first book and maybe the movie, at one point Snape, when he's bullying him, asks him how to make a sleeping draft, and he doesn't know, and he frames it as because he's not paying attention, but it's because he's 11, and the things that go into it are asphodel and wormwood. So
Oh,
I listened to the audiobooks a lot when I was a kid when I couldn't sleep, because they were familiar enough that they wouldn't make me stay awake out of curiosity, but interesting enough that my mind couldn't wander to other things like math class or
Gotcha.
general anxiety.
was there like a good narrator on the audiobook? Anyone I would recognize?
There's two. There's one which is Stephen Fry, which most people I have met really, really like, but mine was oh no, what's his name? I had it and then I said Stephen's name.
It's gone.
I'll find his name.
It's lost.
It's
Lost in the ages.
gone forever, but I'll find it. But my preferred one is the non-Stephen Fry one.
Ah, gotcha. Well, Asphodel, kind of like Norfair, and I guess maybe like Potions, is the second area in Hades. It is an area filled with slightly more challenging enemies, but its most notable feature is its rivers of lava, which occasionally will spurt bursts of lava onto the stage, creating more dangerous hazards for you to avoid. Adam is being a champ and navigating it with very little health right now. We'll see how much further his run continues, although he did elect to go visit Charon and buy some healing items. So he got a free chamber and he also got some health. Maybe this run is going to be looking up for him. We will see in this PowerPoint slide of a presentation from his stream.
When we were mentioning how he was at low health, I was remembering that later on when Chaos shows up, you gotta juggle whether or not you want to get a really cool boon or give up some health, and I'm wondering if any of the guys are going to be utilizing Chaos boons in this run, or if they're just going to try and stay as beefy as possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's a high risk, high reward situation, so it feels like maybe if I were participating in this race, I would be considering it. But I'm not participating in this race because I think I'm going to fall asleep before the end. Once again, insert voice changer experience. Gosh, I wish that was still on my board.
Well, you can always remake it, if not have the mumbles at the end. Also,
That's
I
true.
found the narrator that I was thinking of. It was Jim Dale.
Jim Dale. Not a name I
Oh
recognize.
no! Buttspot has let us know that butt equals Ganon. I'm so sorry to let you know that you're butt now.
Well, you know, if Buttspot said it, it must be true.
It's true. Buttspot wouldn't go on the internet and tell lies.
Well, as our runners continue to find out through personal experience that there is no escape, let me talk a little bit about what we're all doing here. We are the Metroid Other Marathon team, or just the Metroid Marathon team. We have been playing games all weekend long, and we're finishing up with this race, not only because we really enjoy video games and wanted to bring them to you and have a good time, but because we're raising money for Direct Relief. Direct Relief is a humanitarian organization that improves the health and lives of people affected by poverty or emergency situations by mobilizing and providing essential medical resources needed for their care. They are active in 80 countries around the world and all 50 United States. And I actually need to apologize. I think I misspoke. I said they work in 80 countries. They work in more than 80 countries. That could mean 81 or 82.
It's true.
Or the exact number. When you donate to Direct Relief through our donation link, which I will put into chat, 100% of your donations go to benefit all people. They provide their assistance without regard to politics, religion, race, or gender identities. Their stance is you're a human being, you need medical care, you need emergency supplies, you need your medicine, you need protective equipment to protect yourself against COVID-19, and they're going to give it to you. So we're extremely proud to be working with them. We've raised over $4,000 this marathon. When I initially created this campaign, I thought we would get $2,000, and I was happy about that. Then y'all
We
knocked
doubled it.
Y'all knocked that out of the park in day one and have now doubled it. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart. We're so happy to be here. Also, we are running out of time for you to tell others about our marathon and what we're doing here. If you would like to do that, you can also win some free stuff, including a cross-stitch, a 10-inch by 10-inch cross-stitch of Dusa from this game. I don't know if we're going to end up seeing Dusa in this game from these runners, but we'll find out. You will also win a scarf of a very long length that I did not get a measurement of, and unfortunately Adam just lost his run. There is indeed no escape. I'm going to switch this over to Connor,
I think
because
that sounds
Connor
great.
is back up to the Fury. But yes, you can win the scarf that was created on stream by Mojo during her segment, as well as the Dusa cross stitch, also created by Mojo, but not on this stream because, good lord, that took a while. And those could be yours. All you need to do is simple things like maybe send a tweet about us, follow us on Twitter, visit our website, subscribe to our YouTube channel, all those sorts of things. All of that stuff helps us to grow and reach more folks. And unfortunately, Connor just died.
It's in trend right now.
It's
dying
true.
to the Furies.
Yeah, it looks like, is Sterling at the boss? Yeah, Sterling is at the boss. Let's swap on over to Sterling.
Wonderful. And it looks like Matt
that
just
did
got
not-
a boon from my favorite goddess.
Why didn't that
Artemis.
unmute a stream? Which one is Sterling? Sterling is D. Oh, Sterling's audio is not coming through. So we're gonna watch
well, that's a bummer.
Sterling in pure mute because I honestly do not want to interrupt him to get his
Completely
audio
understandable.
working. Oh, Trouble can hear. Oh, that's what I need to do. I have changes that I need to make.
Okay, great. Looks like
Okay.
we've got some sound back already.
Yeah, so they were able to hear it. It was just I was unable to hear it, and I made assumptions. And you know what happens when I
Okay.
assume?
You do it wrong.
I do it
Even
wrong.
though you're a smart man.
It's true.
That's what they say, right?
That's what they say. For some
As
value of
Buttspot would
they,
say, as Buttspot would say, it makes a butt out of you and butt.
it makes a butt out of you and butt. Sterling died.
Ooh, and Sterling has gotten her. Fantastic. Fury vanquished.
Oh yes, I did it again. I saw a limp
If
body
you just look
dissolving
at the
into blood.
very top, you'll be able to see whether or not it says, like,
There
you
is
died.
no escape or Fury vanquished.
Or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, gosh, I will need to pay better attention.
I mean, you've got more things on your screen than I do, presumably. I've just got the boys and chat, so I am fine to be on death duty. I'm fine to be the one writing the death certificates.
Now that Sterling is in Asphodel, I believe he is cracking open a hot one with the boys. Which, you
Very
know,
much so. That's what you do when you get these big droppy smash 'em heads statues. That's the word.
yeah, like Easter Island
When
kind
you
of
crack
heads.
them open, they're the hot ones.
They're the hot
and
ones.
the bomber skeletons are the boys.
Yes. So, all of our runners have been doing a really good job so far. Sterling and Adam have managed to make their way into Asphodel on either their first or their second run. Do you have a prediction as to who is going to clear first? And actually, this is a great opportunity. No, I can't do a poll because we're not an affiliate. Okay. Straw poll for everyone in chat, but also Meredith. Who do you think is going to get the first clear?
Away from home.
Well, when we were starting this, I thought it was going to be Connor because he was talking such a big game, and I forgot that he was putting on his weighted gloves and ankle braces. But now, just based on how his first run went, I'm kind of thinking Adam might get it. Especially because he's going to be getting the bow once he's able, and having just like that clean, like 12-shot radius is probably going to help him clear rooms that have a lot of small enemies really quickly. And I know that in later Tartarus, the bombs are really tricky, and in Elysium, the little chariots are really tricky, and that can like really slow down a room for you. And I think that might give it an advantage. They are the worst. They
Yeah.
sound like little demonic kittens, and I can't handle it.
Yeah, they're not great. They are never my favorite. And it looks like I switched this over to Adam because Adam already has the bow. He was able
Oh,
to get it
wow.
already. It must. I'm not sure if this is his second or third run, but he is rocking that bow. It looks like he's also gotten a Zeus boon. So I think he was saying he wanted to get Zeus Artemis. So we'll have to keep an eye on his stream to see if he can pick up an Artemis boon and get those sweet combos.
I wonder if he's going to be gunning for that Artemis. Oh, sorry, I was thinking of Athena. There's an Athena boon which just has shields around you, and that's extremely helpful in Elysium when you're near all the butterflies.
Yeah, so Adam actually did just pick up an Artemis boon. I'm not sure if it was the one he was looking for, but he's got to be pretty happy right now, knowing that both Zeus and Artemis are in this run.
Definitely.
So
it looks like he's got the one that is effectively like Hunter's Mark.
Okay, extra damage against someone you're targeting, or extra chance to crit or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am well familiar with that D&D spell, aka the only spell that Rangers should be casting all the time.
That and Ensnaring Strike seem to be the most useful.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Holiday Wither has hopped into chat and said that he is Team Matt, and Holiday Wither, I appreciate your loyalty.
You know, chat, 3 people in chat have gone with Team Matt. So Matt seems to be the chat favorite. You gotta root
for the underdog, man.
That's right. I didn't realize that Matt was going to be the underdog, but I trust you all.
I did tell him today, I was like, hey, I'm gonna be making fun of you in stream. Just, is that still okay? And he's like, yeah. I was like, alrighty.
That's very good.
Because I was fully preparing for this to just be like, Matt's still kind of struggling at it. Because as I said to him, I'm probably gonna turn it into a humble brag and be like, yeah, Matt couldn't really, practice because we were busy trying to buy a house.
Ooh. Get the monocle out,
I tried to do a noisy slurp, but I don't know if it picked up.
It picked up a little bit.
All right, but just a tiny bit of slurp.
But no, Matt's doing fine. The only thing I noticed is that he's taken his time to think about which boon he's getting. Either that or we just lost a ton of keyframes on his stream. But
could be either.
That hesitation is going to cost some time, but you know what? Careful decision making might be the way to get a faster clear. Not just quick decision making.
Taking more time to pick things might lead into less deaths because you got a better makeup of your boons figured out. So yeah.
I suppose it is roughly equivalent to ask who cleared the most and who died the most.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, also it looks like Sterling has gotten into Asphodel as well.
Ooh. Let's take it back to Sterling.
Woo!
I'm very happy that my multi-actions seem to be working now.
They're working very well. My experience with like the specifically kind of the enemy rollout of this game is very interesting because Matt and I were playing it in beta for a while. So when it became officially released, like the internet was popping off, I was just kind of sitting there like, wait, why is everybody excited? Hades has been here for a while.
There is no escape from beta.
Unfortunately not. It's always beta. But it made it really interesting for some of the mini bosses that like hadn't been rolled out yet, because I had noticed that a couple rooms ago, Adam was in one of the rooms that has the big columns in it, and it reminded me of the room that is 2 kind of floating platforms, and it's got explodey boys in it, even though you're just in Tartarus. And I remember Matt and I didn't run into those for a long time, because I guess that room just hadn't been plopped in yet.
Light and darkness guide me.
Sorry, I needed to fix another visual element on the stream, so I was half paying attention there.
That's okay.
Yeah, sorry, which room was there in beta but not?
There's a room in, or the reverse, wasn't in early beta. There's a room in Tartarus, which is essentially like 2 mini rooms and like moats around it, so you have to dash over them. And it's got 2 enemies very akin to the spiky skeletons that toss exploding potions at you, which are usually just in Asphodel. And Matt and I hadn't run into those for the longest time because I guess they just hadn't been plopped in until the end of beta. Same thing with, there's like the big Medusa head in Asphodel. The first time we went through Asphodel, we hit her, and then we never saw her again.
Oh no.
Until like the final week of beta. We just always hit Hydra, never any mini bosses. It was really interesting.
That is interesting. I feel like I saw Medusa and Easter Island head all the time.
Yeah.
And it really frustrated me for a while I was trying to figure that out. Meanwhile, Connor has cleared Tartarus for the first time.
Wonderful.
Oh, and he has 40 health, which means I think he may have found Cursed Slash.
Farthest I've come.
That will be interesting to see if he takes any damage, if he starts healing it every time he hits things.
Yeah.
Cursed Slash, can you explain the Cursed Slash boon?
I was actually going to ask if you could, because I didn't remember the name.
Alright. So Cursed Slash, if Connor's talking about the boon I think he's talking about, Cursed Slash is a trade-off boon. It's a Daedalus Hammer for the sword. So the trade-off is you have 40% less health. So, you normally start with 50, now you have 30 to start with, and you get 40% less health from all your buffs. However, the benefit is every time you hit something, you gain 2 health back.
I do remember this now.
Yeah, which means you can take damage, that's okay, as long as you just hit a lot of stuff, you will heal back up to full.
That is an interesting one.
It's my favorite. I can say with confidence that every time I've gotten it, I have cleared a run, because I got it once and I cleared that run. Batting 1 for 1. But it is very powerful. The way I play this game, and perhaps the way Connor plays this game, is very much like you must avoid taking damage. You must be careful. It is very hard to recover health. But if you have Cursed Slash, you can kind of tank stuff a little bit. As long as you're not taking too much, you can just pick it back up because you're hitting a lot of stuff. So
definitely.
It makes the game significantly easier in our collective opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of just like a masochist play style, because it's good for you to get hit.
Hurt me more.
Yeah.
Or at least it's not
hurt me
bad.
more, it'll hurt for you.
Yeah. That's it. I don't know if he got it, because 40 health, I'm trying to think of how you would get 40 health from 40% of 50. So it might be something else. We will watch this run with great interest.
Definitely. And we've got 2 boys in Asphodel now, because Adam's gotten back into Asphodel, so that's very exciting.
Yes. It's any one of these runs could be the first clear of our race. Because these players are all very good and very strong at this game, and I full well believe in them.
So, Mike, I'm assuming that you have in fact cleared the game at least once, right?
Yes, I have. I think I have a total of 5 clears across a few weapons.
Awesome. So, this is a silly question because we all know that bosses have at least 2 stages to them. But how terrified were you the first time that you fought your dad and he was like, "Oh, I'm not done yet"?
Less terrified and, to be honest with you, more angry.
Matt was very scared because he was at like 1 health.
Oh yeah. Oh, I died immediately as soon as there was a second phase. And that's part of why I was kind of upset. I kind of got like irrationally impatient when I was nearing a clear of this game, because I feel like
I can get that.
I feel like I got to the final boss, to Hades, around my 15th or 16th run. I was muscling my way through the Temple of Styx, and then it took me until my 28th run to actually clear it. And of those, I think 90 to 95%, I either died in the Temple of Styx or I died to Hades, the boss. And I was like, I don't understand why this is such a huge difficulty wall. But him having a second stage,
you get real hungry when you've missed it so many times.
Oh yeah, I was hungry. I was very hungry.
Also, we do have a fun update. Matt's gotten past Meg, so we now have 3 of our guys in Asphodel.
3 boys with which to open a hot one. And it looks like Sterling is going to be fighting one of the Furies, Meg again, so Sterling might be joining us very soon.
Very true. A whole party. Chat has let us know that game is a little loud if that's something that we won't mess with.
Alright, I just need to drop all of these stream levels and just assume that they're all going to be relatively loud. We're only listening to one at a time, but I think I could just drop all of them to about 75%.
Alright, sounds good.
Thank you very much for the live update, Mark. That was an excellently navigated Barge of Death, which also has a great song. Oh, you were talking about the soundtrack earlier, and then we started talking about other stuff. Also, I have tea. I'm going to pour myself some tea.
That sounds like a great idea.
I made tea in our break because Meredith was like, you should make tea. That way you won't fall asleep. And I said, I don't have time for tea. Wait, this is my marathon. I have time for tea.
I have time for anything I want. I call the shots
I'm
here.
in charge here.
I've got my nice little personal teapot. It's not like a round one. It's kind of a tall colander-looking guy with my hot tea in it. And then I've got my big, extra-large peanut butter jar of a glass that I had all my ice in. And I've got about an inch left. And then when that's done, I'll be able to just pour myself some new stuff right here at the table.
Nice. I have made some, what the little baggie tells me is Lapsang Soto.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of tea that is, other than it's a black tea. Apparently it was made by, like, smoking something. But I put some sugar in it and it tastes real good.
That makes sense, actually, because when you said it was reminding me of a sausage, which is called lapchang, which is like a smoked pork into a sausage with a lot of fat kind of thing. It's also called harbor sausage. It's the best, and every time that I see it on a menu, Matt gets sad because he can't eat it because he doesn't eat pork anymore.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
get
try
that.
and make it with turkey sometime. See if we can do that though.
Turkey lapchang is probably a different name. Because I do not know the language of origin of this.
If it's the same word as the sausage, it would be Mandarin.
Okay. I would believe that. It sounds vaguely Korean to me, but I am by no means an expert.
I'm gonna do a quick Google.
Oh, yes. Connor has her slash.
Lapsangsochong.
That is correct. That is the tea that I am drinking.
All right. Well, the moment I look at the Wikipedia, it's got a version which has a lot of ZHs and Xs, so I'm gonna venture to say it's probably not Korean.
Okay, yeah. You're probably right then. It is Mandarin.
It is smoke-dried over, consisting of camellia leaves that are smoke-dried over a pine wood fire.
This sounds remarkably like the description on the back of the little baggie.
Yeah, its origin is from the, pardon my pronunciation, Fujian province in China.
I'll take this one.
I'm apparently one of nearly 3 million people who were pwned in the Mangadex data breach, which means they know my email. That's why I'm getting some more spam emails. Oh well. I'll change my password when the site comes back up.
Also, we do have all our boys in Asphodel, which is extremely exciting.
And Connor is facing the Bone Hydra.
Connor and Adam are both on Bone Hydra.
Oh
actually.
man, we've been watching Connor for a while. Let's swap over to Adam and see how he's faring with the Bone Hydra.
It looks like they've both got the same horn type on this Bone Hydra.
Yeah, which I know corresponds to the type of attacks they have. I've never sat down and created an encyclopedia to reference for which horn type references which attack type. It looks like
same here. You go ahead.
It looks like Adam is facing the regular one. I think that's a regular one.
Yeah,
and it's the bullet hell one.
I think that with the ram horns, the curly ones, rather than bullet hell, they have kind of like misty stuff more often, but that's just a gut feeling based on memory.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't have any gut feeling or memory, so I'm going to go with yours. Sounds good to me. This boss.
Oh, it does look like some of the smaller heads have the new horns, though.
Yes.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, they're shooting like waves of stuff, and the ones that frustrate me are the ones that shoot out little eggs that hatch more bad guys for you to deal with.
Yeah, those are the worst.
Honestly,
I can't stand boss fights which have like a sentry phase. They're like, here are my soldiers, and I'm like, no, this was a one-on-one thing.
Yeah.
That's cheating. You can't call your boys in, even if you have cracked a hot one.
It's frustrating to me, especially in D&D settings, because I feel like you should be able to have a one-on-one boss fight situation, but it just, especially in D&D, it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and Adam has vanquished the Hydra, and now we have, I believe, not all of our other boys, but 2 of our other boys on Hydra, and Sterling has found the Big Medusa and the Stompy Man. So we've got everybody on boss or mini bosses.
That's right, yeah. This is very exciting. Adam is, of course...
Yeah, so Adam's making his way up to Elysium.
Elysium. He's made it to, I guess, the good part of the underworld? This is
Paradise, which is more like purgatory, honestly.
Yeah. I don't... Is there like a promise of being reborn or moving on from Elysium? Or is this just, you won glory in life, now you get chill here?
Yeah. Constant glory, but of course all the people who got glory are warriors, so they don't know how to do anything else.
Just have
Elysium
arenas
is
where they
kind
fight
of
more.
like the underworld version of like the vacuum you sometimes get after large-scale wars, in which you just have a lot of very skilled young men who have been trained to be violent, and you didn't give them any other jobs.
Yeah.
And now you just have like a whole population who's like, I don't know what to do.
Gosh, doesn't
That's
that
Elysium.
sound like post-war America? Hello, Super MC Gamer. How's it going? Welcome to the 4-way Hades race. Connor has defeated the Bone Hydra and also moves on to Elysium. Matt unfortunately perished to the Bone Hydra and found that there is no escape.
That's okay. I'll still love him.
Yeah, he's
Still buy a house with that man,
he's
even
still
if he
pretty
doesn't
great.
win.
I'm gonna buy a house with that man.
I want that to be the way that you scope out people with your friends now. Like when it's safe to go to bars, I want to go to a bar with my single friends, and I'll just point out a cute guy or a cute girl and be like, "Hey, would you buy a house with them? I think you should buy a house with them."
Would you buy a house
They'd
with
be
them?
like, "No, they're not house cute, Meredith. Come on."
And then your single friends ask each other like, "Hey, were you planning on buying a house with them? Do you mind if I buy a house with them? Do you mind if I?"
Had you guys like talked about mortgage yet, or could I get in on that?
Whoa, we're not at that stage of the relationship.
We were only talking about getting a dog.
Great shields.
Oh man, this is not where I expected to go in the Hades race, but this is where we are.
Well, I mean, the ultimate goal of Hades is to get out of your dad's house and buy your own place, in a way.
Yeah, it's all about moving out. So Zagreus is what, like 18?
Yeah.
Zag is real strong
Million,
for 18. 18
maybe?
million. It's kind of very unspecified. When you're dealing with gods, time becomes strange.
There is a very good comic, which I really like, which is on Webtoons and is getting a publication. And it's a Hades and Persephone thing. And there's a moment in which someone's like, dude, you can't date her. She's like 18. He's like 118? She's like, no, like first time 18. He's like, oh God, no.
First time 18. Oh no.
Because it's just like, she's like a million, right? And they're like, she dropped like last year. You can't. He's like, oh, I guess you're right.
What's up, Vidya? I'm Mike. You may know me as Ganon11. I AKA as Mike for this marathon because we want it to be a little bit more casual. I didn't tell anyone they had to go by their real names, but everyone, with I think the exception of Mojo, elected to go by their real name. So this is a real name marathon.
Hashtag real name marathon.
This is a hashtag. No, and that is no accusations toward you, Mojo. There's a reason why I asked, and you are more than welcome to answer the way you want to answer. So everyone knows that my name is Mike, and everyone knows that my brother's real name is Dark Cobra, because that's what he goes by in chat.
Everybody could probably figure out mine, seeing as my chat name is just Mare. It's very fun seeing people who don't know who I am read my chat name. Like when I go into a chat and I'm like, oh, this is a pretty thing that you're drawing. People always be like, oh, and Mir is here. And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Close enough. Adam's
It's kind of like
Bow
when
Run.
I get calls from CVS and they call me Meredith.
Oh no. Adam's Bow Run got him very far. It won him glory enough to take him into Elysium, but unfortunately there is no escape, and his run has ended.
Taking some time to contract some new stuff in the house, though. That's how you know he's a good son.
You know what? Home improvement. We were just talking about home ownership. Improving your home is an important part of that. Let's hop over
It's
to
very
Connor,
important.
who is improving his home by destroying everything in Elysium.
Yeah, if you just ruin all of your neighbors' houses, your property value skyrockets.
That's just... Wait, I don't...
If you're the only house on the block, you're the most valuable.
Oh, and he's listening to King and the Bull for this Butterfly Ball mini-boss. That is my second favorite track in the game. Gosh. So
I'm not sure what my favorite track is.
it's a tough
Honestly,
choice.
I think it might be the title screen one.
Yeah, No Escape is a very good track. Title tracks are always so good.
They gotta be. That's their job.
That is their job. Their job is to pull you into the game. Yeah, you were talking earlier about how you really, really appreciate other Supergiant game soundtracks by Darren Korb. I love Darren Korb soundtracks. I've loved them since Bastion. Transistor is great. I haven't listened to too much Pyre. Every time I say that, Hipster Harbinger yells at me because he says you should play Pyre. But
I knew that I was never going to play Pyre, which is why I allowed myself to listen to the whole soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like, I still haven't finished Transistor, so I try not to listen to anything past the spine because it's kind of plot relevant.
That's true. Yeah, the plot ties in, or the music ties in with the plot in Transistor in such a cool way, which is just
It's
part of how I
wonderful.
love Transistor.
I adore Transistor, especially because like the planning out your moves mechanic means that me, who introduced myself as too anxious to play Hades, can actually take a second and go, okay, it's fine. They're not swarming you. Here's what you're gonna do. By the time you've done that, your meter will come again and you can chill.
Yeah,
it's wonderful.
It's very good for like being not quite always real time and just giving you a chance to think. So I've loved Darren Korb's music in both of those games, but it's been Darren Korb doing music that like is good. It's just not my favorite genre. Then comes Hades, and it's Darren Korb, who we know makes good music, doing my favorite genre of music and doing it well. And it's like all the pieces just come together.
Is that one of the reasons why we always have Metroid metal? Because you're just a metal man?
I do like metal. And it's not the only thing I like. I like a whole bunch of music, but gosh, at the end of the day, I do like metal. Speaking of things coming together and it working out, Mojo has donated $96 to Director League.
Oh, wow.
And says, thank you all so much for the fun and hard work this marathon, friends. Congratulations on this spectacular goal smashing.
Thanks so much, Mojo.
Thank you so much. You know what? Do you know what that is worth? Do you know what that is worth? Meredith, do you have a guess as to what this is worth? It's worth a
good
voice
rice cooker.
changer experience. Just gave me an excuse to re-record this. Voice changer experience. There we go.
I almost wish I was in the room for you because I feel like that with cackling at the end would be a very good vibe.
It would have been great.
Would you mind if I took a moment to get more ice for my tea?
No, go ahead. Absolutely.
Okay. I will be right back, everyone.
All right, let's give a quick status update on where everyone is. Connor is, of course, battling his way toward the boss of Elysium, which is in fact two bosses. Achilles, who is just a real stuck-up piece of work, and the bull, whose name is escaping me. No, not butt changer experience, but no. It looks like Sterling is also in Elysium battling against exploding chariots. Matt seems to be back in Tartarus, and Adam also back in Tartarus. Everyone's still working toward their first clear. Everyone dropping a bunch of keyframes because, good lord, are we overloading Brian's poor RTMP server. How much do you have to donate to get me to record Butt Changer Experience? How about at $4,300, Butt Changer Experience? How's that? How does that sound? Well, Dark Cobra has gotten us a part of the way there. Dark Cobra with $64 saying Namathon, Shmamathon, or Shamathon, or Shamasathon. Shamathon. That does get us to $4,296, if I am correct. Which means we're $4 away from a butt changer experience. Samasathon. Imagine a Samasathon. Imagine a marathon where we play a bunch of Metroid games back to back. Wouldn't that be an experience? Man, that's a good series. Anyway, back to Hades. Matt, I think, is going to be coming up against the Fury, and Adam, of course, taking down Megara, or at least attempting to, down there in the bottom left. We wish both of them the best of luck in this boss run. Meanwhile, Connor getting a lot of shield dudes who are my least favorite enemies. I don't know if they're his least favorite enemies, but boy oh boy, are they frustrating. They're some of the only enemies that you can't just walk up to them and hit them. You gotta get behind them. And gosh, is it just not easy and not fun. Meanwhile, Sterling still battling his way through chariots and witches and other orb throwers galore. Just in general, making his way downtown, walking fast, something lasts in his homebound. And Connor is actually taking a lot of hits. His health is dangerously low, down in the single digits there for a moment. Again, these shield folk, very difficult to hit, which means it's very difficult for him to recover health, although he is getting back up into the 20s now. His run could be over at any moment here. His frames are certainly over, as we just keep dropping them. I am sorry, everyone. This is just about as stable as it's ever going to get, because we tested this server for 1 stream running at a time, and now there's 4.
It looks like we just lost 2 of our runners.
Oh no.
Or no, Adam, I did what you did.
You did what
Adam
I
killed
do.
somebody. That's
Mark,
what I get for taking some time to get ice, use the restroom, and get myself a chocolate. I completely lost my commentator brain.
Mark has donated $10 with a very special request. I hope that you are ready for this. I just need to do some adjustments. This should be fun. What we're going to do this time is record a butt changer experience. Butt changer experience. That's good. That's good.
Extremely good.
That's very good.
My one note is I think if you made the T even harder, it would be great.
Butt changer.
Changer experience.
That's worth a re-record. I will take your direction and I will improvise on it. And Connor, you remember when I said I was worried about Connor's health? He's already back up to nearly full. He was down in the single digits while you were gone. And now he's already back up to nearly full. All right, let me re-record
Connor knows
this.
what he's doing.
Butt changer experience.
Extremely good.
Butt changer experience.
That one's got a Smash Brothers vibe with the important pauses.
Samus.
Dark Samus.
Oh man, I should have
Zero Suit Samus.
I should have introduced all of our runners with that voice. I should have given
If
each
we
of
do
our
one of
runners.
these things again, you should record one for each of their names and figure out some sort of cue so that when you switch to their view, it will just say Connor, and then when you switch, we'll go Sterling.
Oh gosh, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, I'm angry that I didn't think of that. Could I do that? No, not really. Maybe? It would be so much work. Would it be worth it?
I mean, I could just say their names every time you move them, so long as I get heads up enough. Also, we've got Connor going against Asterius.
Yes, Asterius.
Is it Asterius and Theseus, or just Asterius?
Is it Theseus? No, it is Theseus. You're right. It's not Achilles. It's Theseus and Asterius.
Yeah,
Yes, you were correct
Achilles
on
is a
both
nice
of
man. Theseus is a
stuck-up
jerk-butt.
jerkwad who just will not back down at any point.
He talks at and about his friend when he's right there. It's so funny to me the times that you come in and he'll say something that's basically like, how dare you say that to my nice non-human friend? You shouldn't mention he's non-human, you fiend. And I'm like, bro, you brought it up 3 times.
Yeah, and just like in general, Zacharias comes in and he's like, guys, let's talk about this. I'm tired of beating you up. Why don't you just let me go? No, you fiend! I will preserve my honor and glory by defeating you in honorable combat. That's 2 against 1.
I'm too tan to be nice to you.
Yeah. I also have a shield because I'm a coward. Yeah, I don't like Theseus. Asterius, cool dude. It kind of thinks
Asterius
that
is great.
It kind of thinks that the strat seems to be beat up Asterius first, then deal with Theseus. Because honestly, I think maybe if we could beat Theseus first, Asterius would be like, all right, that's cool.
Honestly, I thought that's what would happen one of the times that we were doing a run and Matt got Theseus first just because he wasn't hiding properly. And I was like, oh, I wonder if when we beat his partner, kind of like how we don't have to completely knock him out the first time. He'll be like, I see, you've invested us. And it didn't happen, and I was really bummed.
Yeah.
But I guess it wouldn't necessarily feel fulfilling if you had okay, we're done now on both of them.
Yeah. Oh, there goes Asterius. So now it is Theseus' turn to fall, and Connor looks confident.
It's whoop time.
It is whooping time. We are open up a can of something.
Open up a can of butt spot.
Open up a can of butt spot. Butt spot, canned in California. Has been known to
Maybe we
cause
should put
cancer in
that
the
in
state of California.
one of our giveaways for next marathon.
A can of butt spot? Just like somehow engineer a can to, when you crack it open, it plays someone saying, but once. Never again. It's just one time.
It could be like a can of snakes, but it's just one snake, and we make sure that it's like peach or brown, and we just put a line on one end so it just looks like it's some cheeks, and it'll just, that one thing will pop up and it'll just say, but
changer experience.
Although we could make it say butt launcher experience.
Butt launching experience.
And Hop Hop 201 has mentioned that this could then be considered cracking open a butt spot with the boys.
With the boys, that is correct. Alright, well Connor, while he faces Theseus, again, at half health, but constantly in a state of flux, just recovering health, losing health, recovering health. Matt and Adam look like they are both in Asphodel. Sterling seems to be back in Tartarus. I have not been able to keep track of everyone's successes and failures, which I guess is easier because there's been no successes yet for a certain definition of success.
There's been no completions.
And there goes Theseus. May he rest in
jerk
peace.
face beaten.
Now, is Connor going to say hello to his best fan? No, he is not.
Oh,
no time for
Connor.
So
Connor's got a big head. He's too big for his fans.
This is an interesting side effect of how we're running this race. None of our racers actually know how the others are doing, so no one's going to be able to see whether they are the winner or not.
That's true.
But Connor is well positioned to be our first person with a clear, as he is in the Temple of Styx on, I think, like his second or third run.
Yeah, and he
now
might get
must
lucky
face
and
Cerberus.
air quotes face.
No,
He might get lucky and find that satyr sack on his first try. The first time that Matt and I got to the Temple of Styx, we found it the first time, so we didn't actually realize that it was this kind of like guess roulette maze.
yeah. You thought it was just
and we
like
also
pick the
didn't-
prize you want.
Yeah, we also didn't happen to have any satyrs in the tunnel we had picked. It was all small rooms, so we never got poisoned. So we really didn't understand what these like little mandrake pools were for. And then the second time we went in, we didn't get it, and we got poisoned a bunch of times. We were like, oh, this makes more sense.
Yeah. Now, it is my understanding, and my understanding has been flawed in the past, so feel free to correct me.
Okay.
It's my understanding that you statistically cannot get the satyr sack in your first way through, but you can starting in the second one, and then your chances kind of improve the more you go.
When you say your first way through, do you mean like your first time in the Temple of Styx, or the first
like the first of the 5 options you choose, my understanding is you cannot get the satyr sack at the end of that first series of small chambers.
I feel like if that's the case, that's been a patch, because Matt and I definitely got it the first time that we went in.
It seems like maybe the kind of thing that they would change in between the beta and full releases. Just to be like, you know, it's unfair that sometimes you get it the first time and sometimes you have to go through the entire Temple of Styx. So let's try and
That would make sense.
balance that out.
However, you do always have the option after you've gotten the sack to just go back in to get more goodies.
That's true, but I mean, have you ever taken that option?
Yeah, Matt has, definitely.
Oh, I haven't. Because every time I've gotten it, I've said, thank goodness, I'm done with Styx.
Once you've already beat up your father enough times that it doesn't necessarily feel like the goal anymore.
That's
Sometimes
true.
you're like, well, maybe I could get more stuff.
That's true.
Kind of like figure out, would it be worth it to go get this boon if it's one of the faded boons that I need to do to fill out my Aphrodite list stuff. because Matt's been playing it since the beta, on a non-fresh file, the goals are very different.
Yeah, that's
We're almost
true.
more on a treasure hunt lore collection kind of kick, rather than a go punch our dad kick. You only punch your dad so that you can do the stuff you do after you punch your dad.
Yeah, I am in the phase where I have gotten clears, but I'm still in the phase where my goal is to get more clears. So I kind of like, I pick up, faded upgrades and whatnot on the way if I can, but it's definitely not my objective to do so. So, yeah, when I get the Satyr Sack in the Temple of Styx, I'm like, good, time to go die to my dad.
Have you played it at all in beta, or had you just been a
No,
release starter?
I am a release-only boy,
Okay.
which is
Well,
why
yeah,
some of our
that makes
experiences
sense
seem to
then.
be so different.
Yeah, I remember specifically in beta, there like the charge up option on the bow. Whenever you would do it, it would have action lines coming from all the corners, and Matt and I thought it was super distracting.
Yeah.
And there was the option to like post in the forums like if something was very distracting or not, and we put that in. And it was immediately voted down by like everyone except one guy.
Wow.
And we were both just like, okay, I guess everybody else has much easier time knowing what they're focusing on the busy screen than we do.
Yeah,
Because
gosh,
like
this
it
screen
stopped
does
Matt
get
from
real
using the
busy.
bow actually for a while because it was too disorienting to have all those action lines in it.
All right. Well, Connor has reached the end of his first hallway. No Satyr Sack here, confirming, well, at least lending credence to
Yeah.
our theory, which Hop Up is also very sure of. So, again, we're calling it a theory like gravity is a theory. Like,
Yeah.
yes, technically, but also like it's pretty much a fact.
No one has yet proven that it's not real.
Yeah. Except for your
I-
beta experiences.
Yeah, but my beta experiences are essentially like, if you're going with like a creationism kind of thing, like my beta experiences, I was only on day 6. I hadn't opened the playground yet. It was still
Pop Up
making
says
stuff.
confirmed by the devs. So, all right, I will stop calling it a theory. I will start calling it a scientific law.
Game theory.
A game theory. Thanks for watching.
I was watching a video recently, which was about a specific channel that was just doing very like clickbaity, like, can these people pick this person out of other things, or can these two different ideas coexist? And one of them was like, flat earthers talking to scientists. There's this moment they were like, "Oh, the theory of gravity," and they were like, "But that's a theory," and they were like, "No, that's not what theory means."
Yeah. Theory
Like,
doesn't
you don't
mean
understand.
theory. You just have
Theory
to
doesn't
understand.
mean I thought about it once.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Numberphile recently, and they do just a lot of videos on like, yeah, we have this theory or we have this conjecture, and like, we've run so many experiments that we're pretty sure it's true or we're pretty sure it's not true, but we haven't proven it or disproven it, so who really knows?
The amount of times that something has to be demonstrated in order to get to a theory is just so much that if you don't realize the fact that like theory doesn't mean first draft, essentially, it's gonna put you at a big disadvantage in any conversation.
All right, Connor has found a Satyr
We
Sack,
found the sack!
and he's found 100 coins, and he is not quite fully healed. Is he gonna buy anything? And is he going to go straight for Hades? Yes, he is. No more runs to the Temple of Styx for him, so he's going to give the Satyr Sack to Cerberus, who is very happily going to consume it off screen. Cerberus,
I like to think that he just
vanquished.
kind of jumps into the river and swims home.
Just like, well, let me doggy paddle
Just
away.
dog paddle with it in his mouth. I'm gonna go eat this on the carpet, and Dad's gonna get mad.
All right, healing
Here
chop
we
on Dad.
are.
Bob is calling a win. And I will say, knowing Connor's ability at this game and knowing that he has the chop, or the healing chop, it's looking good.
We're gods.
But I'm gonna turn up the volume a little bit, because gosh, this song slaps.
I love your dad's like wrestler cape thing. I love that he turns around and he's just like, "All right, it's time Whew, for the
Ding,
match."
ding, ding. The
It's so
intro
fun.
song starts playing. Ba, ba, da, ba.
Yeah. This is your dad.
This is your dad.
It's time to punch your dad in the knees because he is taller than you.
He is so large.
so big. I had seen
gosh,
a
that's
very
why it hurts
funny
so much.
comic that someone had made, which was someone talking to Zagreus, and they were like, "You know that your dad's hot, right?" And he's like, "What are you talking about? He looks like butt." He's like, "That's because you only look at him from underneath."
Oh,
and then someone
no.
had just like drawn a straight on of Hades, in which he no longer has like the button nose, and he was just like, "I don't know what to think anymore."
Oh no, I'm confused. I thought it was gonna be something like, your dad is hot. Well, yeah, he lives in hell.
Yeah, have you seen my feet? They're always on fire. I got those from him. That's why I can't wear shoes.
Oh man, his feet are on fire all the time, aren't they?
Yeah, that's
he
why
has
he's got the
wheat?
little footprints when he's here in the snow. Because they're melting it. And in some of the levels too, there's little like scorch marks after where you walk.
All right, we're gonna try and we're gonna cut off the top of Adam's.
Okay, so that we can actually see the health.
So that we can actually see the health, and I'm gonna do that on our other zoomed-in versions as well.
All right, sounds good.
Because, gosh, knowing the health is actually really important for
Yeah.
sake of the stream on all sorts of bosses. Thank you everyone for bearing with us. This is definitely the most tech ambitious setup we're doing. I hope it's coming across well. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I hope you're having a lot of fun watching it.
One of the things I was really excited about for this race is that I've been talking to one of my coworkers about how we were doing a Hades race to cap everything off, and they had expressed that they'd been really interested in Hades, but hadn't played it yet. And I said, well, this is a great opportunity for people who are curious about it, because since we're not talking to anyone, it's not really a spoiler kind of run, but you can get a gist for what's going on and all the different things you can do.
Right. So Hop Up asked, you would have said do all screens the same size. The problem there is that, so I have a scene like that, and I'll switch to it really quickly. Just everything I think is a little bit too small to really focus on with this. And I want to have the focus on, whoever we're looking at and whoever we're getting sound on. So this is what we're going to go with. But yeah, when there's not really like a clear front runner, I'll probably try and swap back to that everyone scene. Yeah, the fact that you get to the final boss is technically a spoiler, but it's kind of about degrees of spoilers.
The final boss isn't a spoiler. Defeating the final boss is a spoiler, and they can always close their eyes for that part. Because, like, for example, in the beta, when you beat your dad, you walked through the little portal, and then you died, and there was, like, a whole narrator section which was like, but that's not the end of the story, so let's pretend it never happened. And Zagreus goes, what? And then you wake up back in Hades, and Hypnos is all like, it says you got killed by a redacted. That's weird.
That is strange. Yeah, I do like... I think I would like Hypnos more if Hypnos wasn't the first thing I encountered after losing a run and being incredibly frustrated. I think he bears an unfortunate amount of my ire. Of like,
it clearly didn't taint him for a bunch of other people though, because like most of the stuff I saw when everybody was like, whoa, Hades just dropped, was just people being like, whoa, I love my baby Hypnos, and I was like, okay,
sure.
I mean, he's great, but he's your favorite? Sure,
all right,
I guess.
we're on second phase.
I think it's just because a lot of other sassy, sleepy people were like, it's me.
Yeah, I'm sleepy. Hypnos is fine. Oh, there's a Death Defiance, which I've got to tell you, I did not know Connor had.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either. He's just got the one, though, I think.
Yeah, it looks like now it's just an empty circle. No
Also, Mike, you should probably bring our names down a bit, because now they're in Connor's screen.
Good point. Always.
I noticed because I leaned real close into my computer to see his Death Defiances.
Instead of seeing Death Defiances, you saw us.
Yeah, literally, I looked at his health bar and it said, Meredith, she, her. And I was like, I'm not Zagreus.
In a way, aren't we all Zagreus? No.
I was Zagreus for a short time, and then I stopped being Zagreus. Being Zagreus was too much of a strain on me.
Oh!
Ah.
Oh, we don't need
Defeated by Dad.
Unfortunate. That was a really valiant attempt getting to the second half of the boss fight.
Yeah.
But just wasn't in the cards. Hades is real tough. Real tough.
He is.
Let's swap on over to the bottom left stream. Do you want to go ahead and announce that as we switch over?
All right. Adam!
Adam, who is dealing with Theseus and Asterius, but looks like he's defeated Asterius already, so we're down to just Theseus. And good golly, does Adam have way more health than Connor did at any point in that run.
Oh, goodness, he does. Oh, fun fact, because you said Theseus and Asterius, and I was ready for you to say Theseus and the Minotaur. Do you know what the word Minotaur means?
No, I don't.
It literally means the bull of Minos, because that's where he's from.
Amazing. You know, I'm all about
so, like,
self-descriptive
Asterius
humans.
is Asterius, the bull of Minos, and Minotaur just means that.
Ah. Well, there you go.
I did some heavy Googling one day when I was like, wait a second, he's from Minos, and Tor means cow, like Taurus. I gotta Google this right now.
Minos Tar. I'm a Taurus. Except for that one period where they were like, we're changing the Zodiac dates. And everyone was like, no, you're not. And they said, JK, we're not changing that.
Everybody was too tender about Pluto, and they were like, don't you change anything ever again.
I'm still mad about Pluto.
I've gotten over it because I realized that it's... When I was young, I was like, they're being mean to Pluto. And I was like, Meredith, Pluto is a rock in space, and it not being a planet isn't it degrading it. It's just what it is. It doesn't mean you can't love Pluto. It doesn't mean Pluto doesn't have a cute heart on it. It just means it's not a planet, and that's okay.
You know what? I'm glad you're able to come to terms with it. Adam has defeated Theseus. Adam and the 3 keyframes has defeated Theseus. Yeah, I'm not really sure how we could do this better.
He said hi to the shade. Thank you, Adam.
Adam has our vote now.
Team Adam, Team Adam.
Oh, it says Bo's an interesting choice for a race. He would have gone with shield. Most of our runners are electing to stick with the sword. Adam is the only one who is elected for an alternate weapon, and yeah, Bo is an interesting choice. The first time I cleared this game was with none of the weapons that any of our runners are considering today. I cleared the game
Can I guess
first.
what it was?
Yes.
Was it the spear?
It was not the spear.
Dang it, that's what Matt cleared with.
Yeah, spear is very good. Keep guessing, or should I just reveal? There's only 6 of them.
You can tell now. You can go now.
It's the gun, because I grew up playing first-person shooters.
Oh, that makes sense. Matt wasn't very good with the gun.
It doesn't really make sense because it's not really a first-person shooter. But yeah, I followed the strategy of just like follow whatever weapon is going to give you the bonus darkness crystals, because I figured I just need to get better with all these weapons. And it happened to be the run with the gun. I think I got some boon, some hammer boon that was either like you have infinite ammo and some other restriction, or like you have extremely limited ammo but you do a bunch of damage, and that was enough to get me through the game.
That's very cool. Did you ever watch the No Clip Studios does documentaries about making games, and they had done one with the best title because it's the funniest joke ever, Developing Hell, which is about Hades. Did you happen to watch any of that?
No, it's kind of been on my list for a while because I have heard only good things about it, but I have not gotten around to it.
There's a section in which they're talking about the gun, and like they've made the gun and they're developing stuff, and they have to animate the way that Zagreus moves with the gun. And one of the head people is like, can't he just, what if he just floated? Because then you didn't have to animate anything new. And all of the like design people are like, no, because that's stupid.
That's
like he
cheating.
can't float. And they're like, no, sometimes he like skims the ground. Like we could make it in the lore that he floats. And they're like, no, that's stupid. And he's like, but you're gonna lose a month if you make a new way for him to walk. And they're like, that's okay, because that's stupid. It was really, really funny.
Amazing. I can't wait to watch it.
Because it wasn't that like he didn't want them to do it. He was just like, I'm trying to find ways to save you guys time so that we can do this, because we don't want to work in crunch time, because that's not an ethical way to produce with your team. And the whole team is like, no, Dad, let me do the hard thing. It's better.
We'll do the thing. We'll do the thing to make the game good. Yeah, I mean, honestly, just like delay the game. Make it good and delay it. It's okay if you don't meet some arbitrary deadline. Just delay it.
Yeah.
That's
I'm glad
my
they didn't make him float while using the gun. It would have been extremely silly.
It would have been very silly. I would like to see a mod where they do that, but I'm also glad that's not in the regular game.
Yeah. When you eventually watch the No Clip documentary, you'll get to see them just like, because before they did do the animation in like the testing phases, he was just kind of hovering and it looked really silly.
Slaughterjaws asks, how many deaths are we on? I don't know. I'm not counting because, good lord, there's a lot.
I think estimates are, I think Adam's got like 4-ish. I think Connor has 4. I think Adam might have like 5 or 6, and I think Sterling and Matt are closer to the side of 10.
Yeah, so roughly speaking, probably around 30. Between 25 and 30 deaths total.
Okay.
That seems like a safe bet.
Now, if it weren't a race, we could just ask them to go look at the scrying pool, but unfortunately,
Yeah, scrying
go
pools
fast.
are slow. Don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But contrasting with things that we don't want to do, I think it's been a while since we kind of plugged what we're doing here and what we're raising for. Meredith, do you want to talk a little bit about direct relief?
Sure, I would be happy to. So we are raising money for Direct Relief this weekend. We've been doing, so for the whole weekend, we were originally gunning for $2,000, and thanks to everyone's generosity and enthusiasm, we've been able to double that to over $4,000. And the money is all going to Direct Relief, who are a humanitarian. I can never say humanitarian the moment that I'm on stream, and I apologize.
I'm sorry for
Direct
putting
Relief
you on the spotlight.
Humanitarian aid organization. They're active in all 50 states, and as we established, more than 80 countries, which could mean 81, could mean 89, but it's still more countries than I'm active in. And their mission is to improve health and lives of people affected by poverty and emergencies without regards to politics, religion, or someone's ability to pay. One of the things which made them extremely attractive as a organization for us to partner with for this is that they have a perfect score of 100 on Charity Navigator, and that all of your donations are going directly to their efforts. There's no sort of middleman, no sneaky pennies being taken in the process, which is wonderful. They've been doing a lot of work for coronavirus response and relief during this pandemic, which is another reason that we were very excited to work with them. And they have been working in overdrive to get protective gear and critical care and medications to as many healthcare workers as possible, as quickly as possible. And they have, in fact, distributed many sets of PPE since January 2020, specifically more than 46,095,000 surgical masks, more than 8 million gloves, more than 2 million face shields, and tens of thousands of protective suits and other items to help safeguard health workers. And even if in your personal experience you didn't necessarily have to go find PPE, I know that the organization I work for, which is a nonprofit, had the worst time finding PPE, so I'm sure that all of the healthcare workers who benefited from that aid were extremely grateful. Another thing to keep in mind is that Direct Relief has been coordinating with public health authorities, other nonprofit organizations, and businesses in the U.S. and globally to provide personal protective equipment, essential medical items, and emergency funding to healthcare workers and organizations which are responding to the COVID-19 crisis. So it's not just a U.S. effort. And another thing which they focus on both before, during, and shortly after the pandemic is health equity. They work very closely with a network of deeply committed nonprofit healthcare providers, including health centers and free and charitable clinics. And since their inception over 55 years ago as part of the civil rights movement and with the express purpose of providing access to healthcare services for people of color who had none, and health centers and clinics which are now reaching 32 million people, more than 60% of whom are from Rachel. 60% of them are not named Rachel. 60% of them are from racial and ethnic minority groups. Some of the different videos that you've seen throughout the marathon have been giving you guys some insight into the different projects that Direct Relief has been working on, and I know that one of the ones that I had been fortunate to see throughout the busyness of this week was one in which they were focusing on making sure that they were able to support free and charitable clinics so that people in underrepresented areas were able to get safe and affordable health care when they needed it, when it might not have been available at different hospitals that happened to be close to them. So those are some of the things that Direct Relief does. Those are some of the things that your charitable donations can go directly towards this weekend. So we really appreciate everything that you've already given to them and are excited to see what else we can raise over the last couple hours of this marathon.
No, you're right.
Additionally, you can now see in the chat we've got our donation link from Nightbot. So if you would like to donate, if any of the things I just described really resonate with you and you want to make sure that you can do your part in assisting some of their programs, you can just give that a click and be able to donate to them directly.
Excellent.
Tylenus is right. Probably more than 0% of the people who benefit from some of the projects are named Rachel, because there's a lot of Rachels in the world.
Yeah, we didn't collect statistics on that, but we're reasonably confident.
I do know 2 Rachels though.
Yeah.
And at least one of them's been sick before, so who knows?
My sister is named Rachel, and I know she was most recently feeling sick because she got her second dose of the vaccine. So it's the good kind of sick, in that, like, yeah, you still feel sick, but it's because of a vaccine and not the disease.
One of the interesting things about the vaccine, I've been talking to a nurse who works with my organization because she was teaching people, and she was talking about how, like, she had the vaccine recently because I was going to have my second one, like, that day. She's like, oh, I had my second one. I had mentioned that I was, like, worried that I was, like, going to work from home the next day in case I was completely knocked out. She's like, I had mine, and I felt absolutely fine, and I was feeling real good about it. And then someone reminded me that the worse you feel, that means, like, the more your immune system is working. So young people are getting hit harder. And then I just felt old.
Oh, no.
It was really funny. And I was like, well, I guess then if I feel like complete butt tomorrow, it'll be a good reason why I feel like butt.
Yeah.
But I felt fine. I was mostly just sore. If anything, it was just more kind of like extra PMS feelings. It was perfectly manageable. And now I'm fully vaccinated, which is wonderful.
Fully vaccinated. Yeah, my second vaccination date is May 12th.
Wonderful. Matt's getting his first one next week, and we're real excited.
A fun story for a certain definition of fun. But for now, let's point out that Adam is facing your dad again. He's facing Hades.
It's true. It's my dad.
It's you know, in a way, isn't Hades everyone's dad?
There he is.
And
my dad, Robert.
In a much more realistic and practical way, no, he is not. He is not everyone's dad. What is Zach's dad? Zach's dad.
While you tell your fun vaccine story, would you mind if I slip away to the restroom?
Slip away to the restroom.
All right. I'll see you in a bit, everybody.
So I think most people probably know this story on stream, but just to repeat it because I brought it up, I was scheduled to get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine on April 13th. April 13th is a very interesting day to have been scheduled to get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. You may remember that is the day that the United States decided to temporarily postpone administration of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. So when I woke up, I thought, oh, I'm getting my 1-dose vaccine. And then I read some news articles and I said, oh, I don't know what's happening today. But fortunately, the clinic with which I had my appointment said, oh, it's fine, come in and we'll give you Moderna. You'll have to figure out a second dose, but, you know, we'll give you some vaccine. And I was like, yep, give me a vaccine. I am very happy about getting a vaccine. So I have to go in and get that and then schedule my second appointment for, as I said, May 12th. Which is coming up here. I think it's like 2 weeks from Wednesday, I want to say. Something like that. Very, very excited to be fully vaccinated. Very, very excited to kind of continue to obey safety protocols as set up by the CDC and continue to look forward to when it is safe to be unmasked. Gosh, I'm just looking forward to that day. Anyway, Adam was taking some hits, has used his first Death Defiance, but does seem to be slowly chunking away at Hades' first stage, although that was a big hit. These explodey skull things are just not fun. And Sterling is also fighting Hades. So we got 2 potential first runs, and of course me lowering the stream to show the health bar for the focus stream has hidden the stream below the focus stream, so now we can see the health bar for Adam, and we are hiding it for Sterling. If Adam loses a life here, which unfortunately seems likely at this point, we will be switching over to the Sterling feed. Yes, press F to pay respects to the health bar we hid in order to show the other health bar. Sterling's health bar died so that Adam's health bar could walk.
I tuned in on my phone as I was walking to the restroom, and I'm sorry that you had such a wild first vaccine experience.
Yeah, it was... Oh, and there Adam goes. All right, we will swap over to Sterling. Sterling! Will Sterling be the first person to clear Hades?
He's looking like he's in good shape. Frozen.
Oh, man.
But there's a lot of potential in a freeze.
You can just... Your mind can fill the gaps with anything.
The guy is dead!
So Sterling, I think he cleared the first half.
Let's see once it
I didn't
freezes.
see any giant lasers. Yeah, and now I see more attacks. So Sterling has 131 health, and he is on the second phase. He's got a shot. He's got no Death Defiance, but he's got a sword. I have no idea what his build looks like because, gosh, there are 4 streams to deal with. And unfortunately, why is Sterling's... All right, we're going to move Sterling's group up so that he appears over Adam's. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to leave it like that because now we can see Adam's health bar if Adam ever has a health bar.
Yeah, perfect.
Gosh, what a great freeze frame! Just big laser. Brian, by the way,
with your dad, big lasers.
Brian, by the way, has confirmed that the reason that we are getting skippy frames and losing all this data is because we are completely maxing out his upload speed. There is literally nothing he can do to improve this. So we're gonna deal with it. This is just...
That's okay.
This is how this race is gonna go.
It's better than nothing.
It is indeed better than nothing.
It's better than the gray screens, because at least there's some anticipation in this one.
Yeah, I mean, we were getting gray screens earlier. We'll probably continue to get those, but it's life. That's just how it's gonna be.
That's
everyone.
life. That's life.
I'm considering ways I can technically improve this for next time if there is a next time. Meaning which, like, there's gonna be another Metroid Marathon. That says Sterling did not make it. The freeze frame was full of potential, but unfortunately, the potential was unfounded.
The moment you open the box, you'll find out what happened to the cat, and unfortunately, the cat is not there anymore.
The cat cannot escape the box.
The cat was, in fact, defeated by its cat father.
That's right. We should have drawn Zagreus as a cat.
Oh, we should have. I think I've seen some Hades as cat art.
I would believe that too. Matt is now
Zagreus would probably be one of those cats that split down the middle.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Let's swap over
also,
to
if
Matt.
you guys just heard that noise, that was just an alarm for me to take some medicine. My apologies for the sound.
Mary, take your medicine.
I'm taking my medicine, Michael. I'm taking my medicine. Don't bully me.
Medicine part.
Yes, Matt.
There we go. I took my medicine.
Amazing. Matt is, yes, facing Theseus and the Minotaur, the Bull of Minos.
Is this Matt's first time in the arena?
I don't know. There's too many things to focus on.
That's fair. We were doing big focuses on everybody else's arena time that he might have snuck one in there on us.
It's true. Matt, well known for his stealthy abilities.
No.
Matt is also running on no Death Defiance, whereas it seems that Adam, Connor, and Sterling all... Well, I don't actually know if Sterling invested in Death Defiance. Adam and Connor definitely have Death Defiance, and it looks like they are both now running the Skelly Heirloom, so they get kind of another free Death Defiance. Which means if they get another good run, they're clearing it. Because each of them, once they got to Hades, if they had had just another use of Death Defiance, would have been fine.
Yeah. One of the heirlooms that... that Matt really enjoyed in our like already beat our dad runs in which we're trying to like fill out boons and stuff was starting with the coin purse so that we can actually like purchase the boons that we need.
So we are not getting Matt's audio because Matt is not sending us any audio. This is now a silent drama. Yes. As Mr. Sox is looking in on the stream, Matt's source video appears to be audio-less. And unfortunately, Matt has just died, so we're going to swap away.
That's what you get for not giving us audio, babe.
We kind of focused on everyone recently. Let's give Sterling some attention.
I like Sterling.
Sterling's
I'll
a good
talk about
person.
Sterling. It's true. Sterling's the reason I live where I live.
Really? Is that an interesting story?
I guess a little bit if you want to like know the history of why Matt and I have been dating for 8 years.
I mean, is this something that you want to talk about on the internet?
Sure, fine.
Okay.
We didn't live in the state we currently live in. We grew up in a different one and we went to high school together. And then Sterling, who has moved around a lot, was down here with a good job and through networking was able to get Matt a job at that company. So Matt moved down here and a couple years later I moved down here and then Sterling completely left. So even though he's not here anymore and we don't get to hang out, he's the reason that we're here at all, which is pretty cool. Which means indirectly, he's the reason that I'm buying a house.
Indirectly.
Because I wouldn't have been able to buy my coworker's house if he hadn't become Matt's coworker.
There you go. Well, thanks, Sterling.
Yeah. I knew all those awkward networking parties in college that taught me how to make friends in professional spaces would get me a house one day.
Gosh, did I ever take professional networking classes in college? Well, yes, but not that kind of networking.
It wasn't so much a class as it was like, I went to a historical women's college, so there were a lot of things that were like built on like, when you graduate, you will have a network of different alumna, and we're trying to like fight the fact that so many things are a boys' club. So we're kind of making a not boys' club. So make sure that you make friends. So they'd have times in which like alumna from like 40 years ago would come in, and they'd be like, "Yeah, I'll talk to a bunch of kids," and it would just be like, "Here, test out how to talk professionally in a cocktail setting with these nice old ladies."
Huh. Yeah, I can say with confidence that I never did that, but I also did not have the impetus to do so that you described. For better
I'm
or for
assuming the
worse, I am
networking
the
you
old
meant
boy.
was like maybe computer networks.
Yeah, I did take some professional computer networking classes. I took just enough to realize this isn't what I want to focus on in my career.
Yeah.
But it sure
That's
is
still a
interesting.
good amount to take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The professor was really good. The professor actually got me my job, despite my job not being in networking.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, so my professor from college sent a lot of former students to the company I now work at to work in their networking department because my professor ran the flagship Cisco networking class in universities across the nation.
Wow.
And so, like, he had sent a lot of people to this company, and they all talked really highly of it, and they all talked really highly of the students he sent them. So I was really friendly with that professor, but realized I didn't want to go into networking. He said, well, this company also takes, regular old software engineers. Do you want me to refer you for that? He did. He passed my resume along to an old friend of his, who is now a new friend of mine, who I ended up going to church with once I arrived here.
That's very cool.
So yeah, it was life kind of working out well. I was excited about that.
It's always nice. It's nice when you have people who can help get your foot in the door, both because it means that there's less rejection that you have to deal with, and it also means that once you are in that room, you already know some people there, so you don't feel as out of place.
That's right. I have switched this over
Unlike
to Adam.
Zacharias, who feels very alone. That's a segue.
It sure is a segue. I mean, he's got some context here. He knows Meg, and see how well that's working out for him?
It's working out so well. They fight every day, just like friends should.
I feel like Zag tries to be friendly with Meg, and Meg is just done with him.
I feel like Zacharias tries to be friendly with everyone, but everyone remembers that when he was in middle school, he was a real jerk. Because, all of the flashbacks that you get are very much like Zagreus didn't do a job that he was given, or Zagreus was mad even though there wasn't technically a reason to be mad other than the fact that he has to live here. And it kind of puts a lot of the hostility or just like aggravation of most of the house into context of like, we'll talk to a person, be like, hey, what's up, person? I'm being nice. And it's like, oh, are we nice today? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm always nice. And meanwhile, they're like, well, when you were 12, you were the absolute worst.
Yeah. Yeah, gosh. Me.
Same.
Except for place 12 with like from 10 to 17-ish.
No one is their best in their adolescence. People
No.
only get better.
Well, proud to say, I think I'm still getting better day by day.
I think you're pretty great.
Lots of room to improve. So Adam and Connor both defeated Megara, the Fury, and have moved back on to Asphodel. Back onto Norfair. As
And we've got Matt still on Zevis.
Norfidel? Yeah.
That sounds like a villain in Game of Thrones.
Oh no, not Norfidel.
He's from the Winterlands. I never watched Game of Thrones.
I did watch Game of Thrones.
Or actually, it doesn't sound like a Game of Thrones. It sounds like a Lord of the Rings.
Ooh, yeah, because it's very similar to like Glorfindel. Norfidel.
I'm sorry,
Glorfindel.
what? Was that a name?
Glorfindel is an actual name of an actual Lord of the Rings character.
So fake. I was just thinking that it had like the right cadence and amount of syllables. Oh my goodness.
No, that's an elf. What is your level of familiarity with the Lord of the Rings?
I have never seen a movie all the way through, but I know a lot through osmosis and memes, and I read The Hobbit entirely.
Okay.
And I saw 2 out of the 3 Hobbit movies, but that doesn't matter because I read
God.
the books, which is the actual part anyway.
So, in the Fellowship of the Ring, have you heard the it's a, I guess it's relatively early in the movie, but it's the 3.5-hour movie, so it's still a good chunk in. Frodo gets stabbed by a ring wraith and must be rushed to Rivendell.
Yes.
In the movies, Arwen meets up with the gang and is like, I'm a fast rider, I will take Frodo to Rivendell. And then she gets chased by the Nazgul, and it's a cool sequence. It's actually really well done in the movie. In the books, Arwen does not show up. Instead, the elf Glorfindel shows up and says, I will take Frodo to Rivendell. That is Glorfindel's main, kind of claim to glory. He is the elf that helped Frodo in that time. He apparently has, like, a rich backstory that's explored in the Silmarillion of all the other cool things he did, but he only really shows up in the main story at that one time. The short version of this is Glorfindel is a real name. It may sound silly because it is silly, but it is a real elven name.
I feel like the sound of glor and orc are always used when someone is making a fake thing. Of like, if someone's like doing a joke about a fantasy campaign and they'll be like, yeah, it was great, and then we found the evil man, Dwarfenberger, and he completely wiped the floor with us.
Yeah, so like if someone was trying to imitate the Ori and the Blind Forest narrator, they would just Orf die Stumban Glorfindel.
Exactly.
Oh gosh, I need to get that voice going again.
Do you think that you could make a Hades voice?
Okay, do you mean...
His is mostly like growl and reverb. I don't mean the narrator, I mean your dad.
I would need
Hades.
to... I honestly don't listen to him that much, so I don't have his voice in my mind right now. But
You're
yeah,
a method actor. You're trying to get in the mind of Zagreus. You don't listen to your dad.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, I don't know what he sounds like offhand. The next time someone gets to Hades, I'll try and pay attention, and then I will try to make a voice changer imitation. This voice changer is a lot
very
of fun.
low,
Yeah.
and he's very short and tempered. Because he'll say like, you should have done X.
You should have done better, boy.
But he's got like a tiny amount of reverb. It's the tiniest. Like the amount that you would get in a big room, not the amount you would get from being omnipotent.
Right. Let's dedicate number 6 to that. So like just a little bit of reverb and just a little bit of echo. So starting somewhere in this area.
You should have done better, boy.
It's pretty good.
The pitch lowers so quickly. The quote-unquote problem with this mixer is that it's very good at doing goofy voices. I'm not sure how good it'll be at like doing serious,
The nuance is tricky.
Yes.
You should have done better, boy.
That's actually pretty
Should have
spot
done
on.
better, boy.
We'll go with something like that.
All right, I like it.
Sort of.
I now want
more
you to do
subdued
one which is
Krampus.
just like, it's just you saying like "Daddy's home," and anytime we get to the boss fight, we just play it.
Daddy's home.
How did it come through?
Daddy's home.
It's so good.
I'm upset. I'm upsetty spaghetti. I don't like this.
Sorry, I didn't mean for it to be the gross internet form.
no.
Just like that's what you call a dad.
Well, yeah.
The internet dad stuff didn't make me as upset because I call my dad Papa. So it wasn't like, no, you've ruined the thing. I call my dad. I was like, haha, I'm untouched.
Yeah. I mean, I call my dad Dad, so it's not like I got uncomfortable thinking about my dad. It's just like, I can tell I'm getting old because the internet is starting to do things where I say, well, I just don't get that. And that's it, I guess it's fine. I guess it's harmless, but I just don't get it. So, not for me.
I think I have less I don't get it, more just, I don't care for that. That's what I run into.
Tylos is hungry for a Glorfin burger. Oh, gosh. So, tell me about the food that you got, because you and Matt got food right before this race, right?
Yeah, we got food from a pho place. Are you familiar with what pho is?
I could not give you a textbook definition of pho, but I have had pho before, and I really like pho, and I would get pho
is a
again.
Vietnamese style of soup, which is very clean and fresh because it's a nice, sharp but gentle broth and a lot of fresh ingredients that aren't necessarily like cooked greens. They just go in with the stuff. With some meat and usually like a lot of spicy things. And the way that this place works is they have their pho, and they also have like rice bowls and vermicelli noodle bowls and tacos and banh mi's, which are banh mi's, which are a type of Vietnamese sandwich that I really, really like. But that's usually what I get. I actually haven't gotten their pho yet, but I didn't quite want soup. I got a side of their pho broth, which is really good. It has like kind of a anisey main flavor to it. And I got a vermicelli bowl, which is essentially just the normal stuff they would put in a pho, but it's with some noodles. And that was really, really nice. And we got some summer rolls, which are kind of like egg rolls, but they're in rice paper. And those are really tasty. So I've had a pork vermicelli bowl, which had vermicelli noodles and Thai basil, which is the one that tastes really licoricey. Good marinated pork, some like pickled daikon and carrots, and some chopped lettuce. It was very nice and very clean and very tasty.
Sounds great. You mentioned that
and then Matt got some chicken fried rice.
You mentioned that there are summer rolls. I feel like I'm going through a progression in life. I first knew about egg rolls, then I learned that spring rolls were a thing that were similar to but distinct from egg rolls, and now I know that there are summer rolls, and now my natural question is there a type of roll for every season?
I'm thinking if there would be a winter roll and it was like the type of things you eat in that, maybe that would be like a lot of root vegetables. I think that these might be called summer rolls, not because like there's a roll for every season, but because this is a like Korean and Vietnamese thing, because rice paper seems to be more common in that type of cuisine. Pardon me. Than
Did
in,
Adam
like,
just not go for
Japanese
a hammer?
Did he?
I think the option of hammer was presented to him and he took the other route.
Interesting choice.
You always go hammer.
Maybe he just really wants to get heavy on boons.
Yeah, I didn't even see what the alternative was. It went too fast, and again, we're a little bit PowerPointing.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll get to see what he traded the hammer for once he clears this room.
Gosh, the excitement.
But I think the naming of summer roll was more along the lines of, well, they already know about spring and egg rolls. So let's name this something similar so that when they look at it on a menu, they'll figure out what it is.
I see. So you think it's more of an invention rather than a tradition?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a feeling. Because at other places I've seen similar things called just like rice paper rolls.
Okay. All right.
But also, I'm going to do a quick Google because now I'm curious.
Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it
But
back.
satisfaction brought it back.
I love those like endings to idioms or sayings that you didn't know about, but completely change the meaning of the idiom. My favorite one is "Great minds think alike, but fools seldom differ." It's like, oh.
I like that the jack of all trades one is basically like, but it's still good to be good at more than one thing.
Yep.
Because it's jack of all trades, master of none, but like usually better than a master of one, essentially. So I've found stuff about Summer Roll.
He passed the hammer twice.
Twice. Adam.
He wanted this heal.
Interesting.
He wanted the heal of the free chamber.
Interesting. Huh. I guess if you get a free chamber, that gets you closer with less chance to die. That makes sense.
Yeah, but we need to remember our ABCs of Hades. Always be hammering.
Very true. Would you like to learn more about these summer rules?
I would love to learn more about summer rules.
Always be hammering.
Hammering.
Hammer. Always be hammering. I'm not sure how to pronounce this because I don't know much about Vietnamese language, but it looks like Boi Kyon is a Vietnamese spring roll, fresh spring roll, or rice paper roll. Vietnamese dish traditionally consisting of pork, prawn, vegetables, and bun, which is rice vermicelli, and other ingredients wrapped in a Vietnamese ba trang, commonly known as a rice paper or a cold roll. Like other spring roll dishes, they are believed to have an origin in China and were introduced to Vietnam by Chinese immigrants though the goi pon has been modified to suit local tastes. So yeah, it's not like the translation is this is a summer roll. It's more just like, well, it's related to those things that the Americans call the spring rolls.
Fair enough.
Kind of thing, because another listing here is a fresh spring roll, which would imply that the difference is that like a spring roll is fried and this is not. And I've said spring roll so many times it means nothing anymore.
Yeah. So for dinner, I ordered a barbecue chicken and bacon sandwich delivered with some fries and a side of mac and cheese. And it was amazing and delicious, and I'm very satisfied with it. And also, I want all of this food that you're describing to me.
Well, when we're able to have Metroid marathons again, Matt and I can convince you guys that we are a central location because we have a house. We can always get food from this place.
You know, having a house is going to be a very compelling argument. I'm just
especially because you and I know, because we know all the undisclosed locations, we are in the middle of everyone.
I mean, kind of. You're in the middle in the way that like we inconvenience everyone, and that makes it fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, having a house is gonna be nice. Connor will hopefully have a house by then, if his house viewings go well. So.
Does he have a entire basement that's finished and is basically an in-law suite? Because the house we're buying does.
Oh, I don't know.
And is he going to already have a stream set up in that basement? Because we are.
You know, I do think Connor does stream. I don't know what he streams, but I think he streams. Speaking of Connor, I believe Bob has spied that Connor has gotten the healing chop again, which means...
Nice.
Which means, oh boy. Oh, he is doing a chop build. I just realized that.
Can we call this the butcher build, please?
The butcher build? Well, you know what?
He's just chopping.
He's just chopping. Yeah, it seems accurate to me. We'll continue to give Adam the focus for now because he's listening to the King and the Bull and he's facing the Bull of Minos. But
and we do love our boy Asterius.
Asterius is too good for Theseus.
Yes, that's why it hurts so much. He feels indebted to him for undisclosed reasons because spoilers.
Yeah, I'm not even sure I fully uncovered those reasons yet.
It
Still
takes a
working on it.
couple of times, and I think in order to get him to tell you about it, you have to have specifically fought him before Theseus. So if you just didn't get a lot of like one-on-ones with him in your run, you might not have gotten there yet.
Or if I see the mini boss option and I say, no, I would like to finish this run.
Yeah.
Which just happened a lot.
However, it is nice that when you fight Asterius one-on-one, when you go in to the Theseus-Asterius fight, Asterius already has like a quarter of his health knocked.
Does he? How
Yeah.
have I not noticed that?
Because you've been scared of Theseus.
It's true. Look, every time I see Theseus, I think about ships, and then I get philosophically engaged and distracted.
You're just thinking there, you're just like, is this the same game I was playing if my build is completely different?
Who knows? I have slowly, one by one, replaced every boon in my build. Furthermore,
But yeah,
Matt has built a run using all of the boons I've discarded. Which one of us is Theseus this run?
But yeah, in the way that you like defeat Asterius and he's got like a quarter of his health left because he's like, this is fine, I'll see you later. No need for us to punch each other until we die.
Yeah.
When you then see him, that amount that he has left is what he has not left because essentially he didn't get to take a big enough nap in between.
Yeah, so he
So
heals
there is a
half
benefit.
himself. He goes from 1/4
He's
to
got, like-
3/4.
Yeah, 3/4 to 2/3. But that way there is a benefit to fighting him.
Well, cool. I will keep that in mind the next time I play this, which might be soon. I need to finish up my replay of Doom Eternal so that I can play the Doom Eternal DLC. And
I
then,
see.
really, I should be playing new games instead of continuing to play Hades. But gosh, Hades is so good.
Hades is a new game every time, that's the point.
That's, you know, for a certain definition, that is true.
Which Doom is Doom Eternal?
Doom Eternal is the last one to come out, the one that came out in March of last year. It
Okay.
is the newest one. Oh, there goes Adam's last Death Defiance.
Oof.
This is now his
Elysium's
last.
tricky that way. Yeah, he's got a room full of butterflies, no wonder it happened. They sneak up on you.
I hate butterfly balls.
Matt and I didn't realize that they were enemies at first. We were kind of confused. We were like, what? Is this
Look at
just
the
to make
pretty
it nice?
butterflies.
Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah,
Oh no, they are carnivorous butterflies.
the difficulty curve in this game is weird. By the time I got to about my 15th to 20th run, I felt like Tartarus, no problem, easy peasy. Asphodel, no problem, easy peasy. Elysium, oh yeah, this game is challenging. Like, it kind of comes out
And
of
it
nowhere.
makes sense because, like, lore-wise, these are all the greatest warriors of Greece.
Cheers, mate.
I mean, that's a good point.
As opposed to just, like, the shades of some guy who lifted boxes and happens to be strong. Like, this is a man who, like, understands combat strategy. And one of the things that's interesting that I hadn't noticed for a while is that, like, when you defeat a shade in Elysium, they drop a weapon, and if you don't get, like, their eyeball version of themselves, when they go get that weapon, they'll come back. I didn't realize that at first, so if, like, the first few times you're in Elysium, if you don't realize that, it just feels like there's endless gentlemen coming at you.
Yeah, I realized that you have to kill the eyeballs to prevent them from respawning. I didn't have the connection of the eyeballs returning to where the weapon is, and that's when they respawn.
Yeah, it's not like a time thing, it's that, well, because the weapons are kind of ghostly, so if you're not necessarily focusing on them, you might not see them. But yeah, if it's not like it's a timeout thing of like if you don't kill them in 30 seconds, it's just if they get to a weapon, so if they get to a bow or a shield, they don't have to be the same shade they were when they started, but they might. I'm not sure about that part.
Very
But also,
interesting
'cause, like,
and something I
sometimes you'll
don't want to
go in-
research.
Yeah, because when you go in, sometimes there will be discarded weapons already there, and then you'll get some shades. So then, when that shade becomes an eyeball and drops its weapon, there's double the amount of weapons that could get. Yeah.
So we have got 3 runners facing Theseus and the Minotaur. It looks like Adam has cleared
Sterling as well.
the Minotaur. Connor facing both of them. Sterling just cleared the boss fight entirely. Let's swap over to Sterling.
Well done, Sterling.
Because now Sterling's going to be going through the Temple of Styx.
Yeah.
After we get some more keyframes. Yeah, once again, we apologize for the quality of these embedded streams. Good Lord, are we taxing Brian's computer? Well, really, Brian's computer is fine. Brian's upload speed is the bottleneck right here. That we cannot pump more bits into his upload bandwidth. It looks like Adam died. I think I see a pool of blood.
I think
Yeah,
you're right. Yep.
Unfortunate.
Adam's got sent back home. Adam's grounded. Matt also looks like he's in blackness. Oh, no, that was just frozen.
Keyframes.
He's frozen.
Gotta get that
so
Starlink
frozen.
internet. What we gotta do, you know what I have to do is we have to, I just have to pony up some dollars and get some AWS server running in the middle of Chicago or something and host a stream through that. Just just use those Amazon internet connections. Zevi says you should download some more speed, just like you download more RAM. The problem is it's upload speed. You can't download more upload speed, you gotta upload more upload speed.
I'm gonna step away to get some more water. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, Sterling is making his way through the Temple of Styx, fighting these nasty rats and dryads and also, like, serpent crystal things. No, I'm not downloading Bob, Kilu. Oh gosh, it's so PowerPointy. We're just gonna go audio cues only.
Also, I know that I've stepped away a couple times for restroom and beverage. If you need to, I am fine to vamp.
You know, I feel okay. I have a touch more water left. I have consumed all of my soda and all of my tea, and yet I still don't need to use the restroom just yet. But there's
You're
an
a
hour
larger
left in
man
this race.
than I am, so
I am
probably got just more capacity.
I'm a large man. Yeah, I'm feeling good for now. Speaking of which, we have an hour left in this race. An hour and 10 minutes, but an hour left, and we still don't have any clears.
Still no clears. Wow.
Is it possible that this race is going to end in a 4-way tie at 0? How frustrating
It
would that be?
might. It'd be a bummer for sure.
I mean, we can't exactly say that any of them have been slacking. They've all been doing really well. Everyone's at least made it to Elysium, which is further than I got in the first 2 hours I played this game.
Oh, heck yeah. I think if we do get a 4-way tie, we'll just have them all go look at their scrying glasses and determine a, like, progress champion from there.
Gosh, yeah.
Has everyone gotten to Styx? Or is it just Elysium?
I
don't know if Matt's gotten to Styx.
Yeah, I don't know. I have not been paying that close attention. I know that Connor and Sterling have both gotten to Hades. And did Adam get to Hades as well? Was Adam facing him with a bow? I think he was with that shotgun bow build a while ago.
I think you might be correct.
So I think 3 of them have been to Hades. I think Matt is the only one not yet to make it to Hades.
However, he is currently doing
Matt has a
Asterius
Demeter
and...
rune. So Matt made it to Hades. When did we miss that?
Oh,
Well, good for everyone.
don't know. Good job, though.
Very
That's the
proud.
boy I'm buying a house
Wait,
with.
no, that's Poseidon. Okay.
Ah, okay.
It is tough to tell when you are getting when you measure the stream's performance not in frames per second, but in seconds per frame. It is frustrating. Blue and blue. Yeah, but it's like ocean blue and ice blue. It's very
Yeah,
different.
one's a greenish blue, and then one is a grayish blue.
Gosh, I do like Poseidon though. I love Poseidon Boons
I
and I
do.
like Poseidon.
I love him.
Yeah. Sterling is facing Hades again. So we'll see if we
Alrighty.
can get
Let's get it,
some
Sterling.
audio. How are we going to signal our runners that the race is over?
Ping them.
Yeah, probably.
I can always literally go into Matt's room. When I was coming back from the restaurant the last time, I had to fight the mighty urge to slip my head in and just yell, "Are you winning, son?"
Please,
And he'd be like, "I don't know, I'm blind."
please don't fight that urge. Give in to that urge. Well, Sterling has begun the fight against Hades. I see that Hades has 3 cast chunks stuck in his body. And Sterling has 1 Death Defiance with 67 health remaining. So, you know, got a shot. Got a shot.
Uh-huh, definitely.
Oh boy. I wonder why some streams seem to be more smooth than others, but I guess all of them are freezing. Matt has now officially made it into the Temple of Styx.
Congrats, Matt. I think it might have to do with which ones are bigger.
I don't. Maybe the big
because
one
I know
does
that,
seem
like,
to be
for
freezing
example,
more.
because he's been behind more, we haven't had Matt in the big one as much. So maybe that's why, like, his seems smoother, whereas like Connor's and Sterling's have been really laggy because we've been looking at them the most. But I don't know.
If you wanted to turn off one stream and that would let the other 3 run smoothly, who do we sacrifice?
I think at this point it would be Adam because he's in Tartarus.
All right, Adam. Bye-bye.
See you in a bit.
Let's see if we can smooth this out. Oh boy.
Seems about the same.
It's hidden. I wonder if it's... Well, it might take a little bit to smooth out. Gosh, I guess I could just focus on one at a time, but then we don't really know where the others are.
Yeah. I think I'm fine with the dropped frames personally, unless the chat is extremely opposed to the lag they've been getting.
Do I have an option to unload this when it's not showing? Stop when visible, restart when visible. Yeah. So it should unload it when I hide it. Unfortunately, Sterling has
Sterling
perished.
didn't beat his dad.
All right, let's go to
Big
Connor. Matt is also in the Temple of Styx, but again, Matt is not sending any audio to us, so I want to have some audio for this.
I think that's fair.
Sorry, Matt. That's another reason why Matt's not getting the limelight.
Yeah. That's okay. He knew he was going to get bullied. He knew he was going to get hazed.
Yeah, but I didn't want to haze him in this way.
Does it count as hazing if you don't know about it? I think that's only bullying. I think you need to be part of hazing.
Okay. Well, I am also uncomfortable with being a bully. Having been bullied a lot.
Neither of the things are good things to do. And I signed a lot of anti-hazing waivers in college, so I'm not going to start now.
Gosh, was that all like connected to Greek life?
Oh, I didn't have a Greek life at my school, but some of the clubs had previously been like disbanded before I got there because they had hazing problems. And I think because of that, a couple years before, they had started explicitly making people sign anti-hazing waivers so that they could better have a structure in place to discipline people when it happened, if it happened.
Connor has gotten a legendary boon, the Demeter legendary boon, and is now moving on to Space
Connor.
Hades.
Thank you, boy.
All right, let's get our dad. Let's get this dad.
Let's get this bread. Let's...
Mercs Bob has pointed out that since Matt is silent, we could do the sound effects for him.
Yeah, I mean, but do you want to?
I mean, you could just make a bunch of reverb
Daddy's
Hades grunts.
We could do silent film titles from that. That'd be a sound effect experience. It sure would be.
A father rebuked the what's the word?
I don't know. There are a lot of words, Meredith.
Progeny's ascension.
These are all titles of my new mixtapes that are all going to be remixes of the Hades soundtrack. It really
Only
is
son
good,
versus
Mr.
feral father.
Feral
Mr. Sox,
father.
you are correct.
Lord.
The game is extremely good. The moment I said it, it sounded bad.
Take you getting out of my blasted way.
Like, did he run away from home and just lived in the wild for a while? Is that what's going on? Raised by wolves?
I don't know. He's just mean.
He's just mean. Why is everything Darren Corp writes amazing? Because talent.
He's been doing it for a long time.
Oh, Connor does not have the healing chop. Connor only has the chop.
Oh no, Connor. Can he
He's
do it?
low on health.
Low on health, but quick on the buttons.
Oh, there's
Oh.
the Death Defiance. Got 105 health back.
Come on, Connor, you got this.
It would be our
Oh, Matt's
first
about
clear.
to fight our dad for the first time.
You know what that means?
Daddy's home.
Maybe I can look up some Hades voice lines.
It's true. I'm pretty sure Pitiful and Foolish are two of the ones that he does when you're fighting him. Could do a couple grunts.
Oh, these are Hades
And then
voice
in
lines
case
from
someone
Smite.
does beat him, you could do the no.
See, this
Love
is
the
the
sound
problem.
of your scroll pad.
When you look for Hades things related to the boss Hades, what you end up finding is a lot of things related to the game Hades. Ooh.
Oh, Matt died.
Connor also died. There is indeed
Aw.
no escape. Let's swap back over to Adam, who is in
The Barge of Death.
Northerdale. He was in Glorfindel.
Northendale.
I told you, boy, that there is no escape.
Very good.
Just what I wanted.
Yeah.
Burks Bob has said you could probably get away with using voice clips from the PS4 God of War of Kratos yelling at his son.
Northerdale. The terrible hell.
And
of it.
Epsilon has reminded us that we do have an hour left.
We've
And
got
still no clears, so it's anybody's game.
Can I change this timer to display? Oh, I can only change it if I pause the timer, which I'm not doing. I wanted to
not
change
doing
it to
that.
display just minutes and seconds. Oh well. This has still been a lot of fun, I think. I hope you all are having fun watching 4 simultaneous PowerPoint presentations of Hades.
Crashing
Welcome to my TED Talk. In this TED Talk, I will show you a gist of Hades.
I want to get like a chalkboard or something. So I have a new camera angle, which I will reveal once we get to the finale. I think that's how I'll close this out. And there's a nice blank space of wall behind me, and we got put up like a whiteboard or a chalkboard, and then I can get one of those like teacher's pointers to be like, now class, as you can see
What
here
have we
on
learned
the
today?
board. Welcome to this Zoom seminar on Hades.
Very good.
Yeah, see, Merch Bob is a gun fan as well. The gun in this game isn't the greatest, but it was enough to get me my first clear, and maybe my second clear as well. I don't remember.
Nothing to shake a spear at.
Even if you have a big spear. No, don't go Hermes. That's right, go to the shop. That's right. Now I'm just bullying Adam into doing what I want. Via the power of Psychic Link. Is gone for the heal. He wishes he could get the extra health, but he cannot. Adam is going for a crystal. Is Adam using a different weapon? He's gotten past the Hydra before. How is he getting
I
out of the crystal?
think someone in chat said that he had switched to fists.
Oh, he did mention that he was aiming to get the fists after the bow. Yeah. Yeah, good call, Chen.
He's real good with the fists.
Fists are a lot of fun. It took me an embarrassingly long time to realize that if you just press and hold left click, Zagreus continues to punch, as opposed to me needing to actually click my mouse at that cadence. My poor mouse lost about a year of its lifespan when I
poor
first started
thing.
playing with the fist.
Matt and I don't think ever really got good at fists yet.
Fists are good. Fists are good.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, that's not good, says Zagreus.
I beg to differ. It looks like you're doing pretty great, Zag.
Appreciate that.
He's about at the 2/3 point. We're about to get a couple more bow hydras up in this. In my personal run, I have only just now gotten to the point where you give the Lernaean bone hydra a name. So
Yeah.
I know I'm slowly but surely continuing to make progress in this game.
I think the name of where it's from changes based on the horns.
Does it?
I think. Because I thought it had different names. And then I assumed that it had different names based on different horns. I can find out.
That sounds like a plausible thing. I have not personally experienced that. Bob says it's always the
I'm
same.
doing some research. Because here's the thing, the wiki for it just says Bone Hydra.
Bone Hydra.
Now it looks like it's just the Lernaean Hydra.
Okay. He just gets a new hat every once in a while.
He just gets a new hat sometimes.
I don't change my name when I get a new hat. Can you imagine?
But now that we know that we can, maybe we will.
Maybe we should.
Yeah.
Reminds me of a book I was just reading.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I've been reading the Stormlight Archive series by Brandon Sanderson. In it, there is a character who takes on many different personas to the point where it kind of becomes an addiction for her. It's actually a really, really interesting thing where, like, you know, she encounters a stressful situation, and instead of saying, like, how do I deal with this, she says, what persona can I come up with that would be able to deal with this? And it, like, it kind of reveals how messed up she is from her past experiences and still trying to deal with this trauma. It's a really, really well-written character.
That's neat.
I don't want to do that with my hats, but, you know, kind of related. All right, Adam, go for the hammer. That's right.
He learned.
Yes, maybe. I'm not.
So
actually...
while he's fighting these shades, you should keep an eye on them so you can see them going for the weapons
All right,
if they become eyeballs.
That one's about to become an eyeball. Yep, there's the bow. There's the spirit. Now it's dead. But yeah, there's still some floating bows around.
Mm-hmm.
I do
He's
not
too
like
fast.
He's too good. Adam, stop being good.
Adam, start sucking, please. Stop being good at this game, Adam.
There's a lot of that.
And it looks like Sterling is also coming into Elysium.
Oh, he got increased range and attack damage for his fist weapons, which I think addresses the main weakness of the fist build.
Yeah. That's exciting.
So this is looking good for Adam. He's still got both of his Death Defiances. Now, he is still early in Elysium, so there's a lot that could go wrong, but so far a lot's going right.
Especially with all these chariots.
Yeah. You
I
ever wake
wonder
up
what the
and say,
fists are like against the tiny chariots.
oh, well, with the improved range, probably better, but without that, I would not be very happy about that matchup. And he's also got the Poseidon Call, so he's got kind of an oopsie button, or an uh-oh button.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely
Panic
what I
button,
use
if you
that
will.
for. Yeah. And that chambered down with minimal damage taken.
Yeah. Real fast, too.
Alright, we're gonna go for another Athena buff. Looks like Matt's coming up against Megara. Yeah, that's still Meg. Hasn't moved on to another Fury
Yep.
yet.
Yeah.
Drilling in
Not
Asmodeus.
Electo, because Electo's red, and not Tisiphone, because she gets a whole new room.
Murder.
New room, too, but it's the same size as Meg's room.
Yeah. Athena Dash on Fist, extremely powerful. Athena Dash, extremely powerful, period. It's
I
kind
think you
of...
don't get the Furies until you've beaten your dad, the new Furies.
That can't be right. Because I faced the different Furies way before I got my... Oh, before you face him, not before you beat him. That might be right.
Oh, I meant to say after you beat him.
Oh, after you beat him? No, I definitely faced Tisiphone and Electo well before I got my first clear.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, I remember being surprised when I was like, I haven't even beaten him yet. Why are you making the game harder for me? Stop that!
But was it at least after you'd seen him? Or before?
Yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. That is definitely more plausible, but I do not remember for sure. I know the game keeps some records and stats for you. I don't know if it keeps that detailed level of stats for you.
Yeah.
I do know that after I got my first clear and I started applying heat, which for those who are unfamiliar with this game is like optional challenges that you can add to make your run harder, but then get more rewards. the first kind of level of heat that I settled on was make the first boss fight harder. Because you know what? I can deal with facing Meg and Electo and Tisiphone all at the same time. That is a one thing, a one-time experience. And after that, the rest of the run is completely normal. And look, I get all these new rewards. That's kind of still what I go with when I'm going for one heat clears.
Come face
Nice.
off on me.
Oh, I did just realize that Matt has been going for Chaos Boons.
Oh, there we
Which
go.
makes sense, because Chaos is his favorite. He loves Chaos.
Chaos is pretty great. Shout out to the Adventure Zone. No spoilers. Definitely can get the different Furies before seeing or beating Hades, says Sabri Suitable.
Like,
Come
you've
on,
confused me, and I finished the Adventures.
The original arc of the Adventure Zone, or like, are you current with the Adventure Zone?
I'm not current.
Okay, yeah. The latest arc
Okay,
has
cool.
to do with Chaos
Okay, cool.
and has just wrapped up.
Nice. I never got into graduation, but usually when people mention things that are like big and cosmic, they're balance stuff. So I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, Balance was good.
It's true.
Everything else has been not as good as Balance, which is kind of expected because gosh, Balance was good.
I really liked what was the monster of the week one called?
That was one of the Pine Guards. It was
Whatever it was. I really Dust.
no, Dust was the Wild West.
That was
one.
the Western thing.
I want to say it was their
Either
A
way.
series.
Amnesty.
Amnesty, yes, because they
Yeah,
worked on
I
Amnesty.
really liked Amnesty. I think that
Amnesty's
Amnesty stood strong and equal.
Yeah, I think Amnesty is when I realized that, like, okay, all of your big arcs are going to kind of have a formula where, like, it starts out kind of normal and you just meet a bunch of NPCs in these different chapters, and no matter what the NPC is originally designed to be, in your finale, you will call back to them and they will show up and they will have a redemption moment and help you. It's like,
I mean, that's kind of
Okay.
how games feel. Like, that's just a common thing people do with D&D in general.
I need to play more D&D.
I just mean, like, if your party likes an NPC, you're gonna find ways to incorporate them, is all I mean.
Yeah, that is true. I think the thing I noticed is that, like, it's literally every NPC. And I don't know, I haven't liked every NPC I've ever met in a D&D game.
Yeah, that's fair.
So he's... Gosh, now I'm thinking about podcasts. I'm like, when is that D&D Adventure Zone gonna come out? When can I listen to that? I've got a calendar warning that says we should be doing our finale in 10 minutes. We're not gonna do our finale in 10 minutes. We'll do
Definitely
it
not.
in about an hour. Stick around for
However,
that.
I am on my 3.5 giant peanut butter glass of water, so I'll be right back again.
Oh
Sorry.
my gosh. Just keep talking about peanut butter, please. Make me jealous.
Use this.
It was specifically a very large Teddy peanut butter, if that makes it even worse. Love Teddy peanut butter. All right, I'll be back.
All right. Well, while Meredith is gone, why don't I take this time to talk about what we're doing here. We are raising money in support of Direct Relief. We have been raising for them all weekend long. We have initially set a goal of $2,000, and y'all crazy generous folks have more than doubled that goal. We are incredibly excited to be continuing to accept donations on behalf of Direct Relief. Direct Relief, if you are unfamiliar with them, they are a humanitarian aid organization that improves the health and lives of people affected by poverty or emergency situations by mobilizing and providing essential medical resources needed for their care. Direct Relief not only responds to disasters, but improves health in general every day by providing resources to more than 1,300 community clinics and health centers in all 50 United States, and they work to improve health conditions worldwide. Even when there isn't an active emergency, they help prepare communities at risk for hurricanes, earthquakes, and other disasters. Your donation at the link that Meredith has provided will 100% go to Direct Relief. This team does not see a penny of that money. We are all volunteers. Furthermore, because of our donation platform that we are using, Streamlabs Charity, they are not taking a cut of the donations. So all of your donations go to Direct Relief. None of us are skimming off the top at all. The donation platform is not taking a cut. All of your money goes to those to fundraising those programs for Direct Relief. Furthermore, if you wanted to look up Charity Navigator, if you wanted to look up Direct Relief on Charity Navigator, you would be proud to find that they have scored a perfect 100 out of 100 points for transparency in revealing their kind of financial situation with their leadership team and their where their funds go, and in their fundraising efficiency, meaning, for every dollar given, something like 90 cents or more goes towards the program, with a mere 10% or whatever going to their administrative fees. I actually want to look up that exact figure, because that's interesting to me. And y'all can watch Adam beat up a bull and a jerk. Let's see, Direct Relief, fundraising efficiency. Oh, I lowballed them real hard. For every dollar that you give to Direct Relief, 99.4 cents of that dollar go toward their program expenses. Less than less than a percent go to administrative expenses, fundraising expenses, etc., etc. That's insane. That's crazy. Meredith, how crazy is that?
Well, that's crazier than 500 squirrels in a can of butts, I will say.
And that's pretty crazy. So wait, now
Bringing in my best Cassidy.
Now we're putting 500 squirrels into this can of butts that we're sending to people?
Maybe they're microscopic squirrels.
Micro squirrels. Oh no! Then
Also,
they'll be mitochondria.
Oh no! You have created a powerhouse. I did tune in on my phone to drop those links, and I think that the game audio is still a touch loud.
Really? All right.
Just a touch, just because it's so much sharper than our voices.
All right, I will slide
But
it down
also,
and I will
chat
slide up my
doesn't
monitor.
have a problem with it, so we might not want to mess with it.
Well, look, you could leave with that. It's fine. We'll continue playing with it. I've got separate sliders for what I hear and what chat hears, so I can slide it down for the stream and slide it up for me. Mm-hmm. Oh gosh.
I also just might be a person who prefers streamer voice over game audio in general, so that might just be my tendencies in how my brain works.
I feel like the voice is the more important part, especially when I'm talking about Direct Relief.
Yep.
So I talked about Direct Relief. Now that you are back, do you want to talk about our giveaway?
Ooh, I can try.
You know what? I'll be here and supportive.
So we also have a giveaway, which I put the link of in stream. It is our Gleam giveaway. If you are sharing our charity stream with your friends so that more people can come and look, you can enter into our Gleam giveaway to receive such prizes, including a cross-stitch of Dusa from the House of Hades, which Mojo has lovingly crafted, a very long scarf, which Mojo crafted while she was interviewing Steve from Direct Relief the other day. If you guys had tuned into that to learn a bit more about Direct Relief, or if you're interested, that'll be a VOD that you guys can check out later. I unfortunately, Gannon, do not remember the other prizes, so if I could tag you in, that would be great.
Well, you done got yourself, because those are the prizes. The cross-stitch and the scarf.
Oh no!
You remembered all of them. But yeah, you can go ahead and check out that Gleam link to see just a couple actions that you could take that would really help spread the word about us. We're going to be going for a little bit more than the race, because I want to talk to everyone after the race, and then I want to kind of do our quote-unquote closing ceremonies, which I think Streamlabs is going to make difficult for me. I like reading our list of donors, and gosh, I'm going to be going at like 5 at a time. But that's okay. Actually, is there a way to see more? I only see events from the last 5 hours. Well, even if we don't have a
I know that when I was
list of
looking at
donors.
Streamlabs on Matt's computer, it had like a page 1 out of 6 option for the list.
Why don't I see
So I don't
page
think they
1
go
out of
away.
6? Why don't I see a page 1 out of 6? I'm looking at
I
my
might have
Streamlabs
hallucinated it. I've
dashboard.
done it before.
That
Might
that
have been
seems
a
like
lie.
a reasonable thing to show. Oh well. Oh well. Regardless of whether we can find your name or not, we want to thank you for all of the donations that you have given throughout this weekend. We are incredibly happy, just super satisfied, and I love using this word. We are just downright chuffed with the amount of support we've gotten for this marathon and the amount we've raised for direct relief.
We have been doing this all weekend, which means we are both plum-tuckered and downright chuffed that you've completely trounced our original goal. Was that enough fun, folksy words for you?
Is chuffed folksy?
I mean, it's folksy in Britain.
Okay.
Folk are from all around, Mike.
That is where the folk come from, is everywhere.
I love plum-tuckered. It's one of my favorite things. I love using plum as an adjective. My usuals are plum-tuckered, and I plum forgot. Those are my two.
Plum forgot. Well, I should use that more often, because let me tell you, there are a number of things that I plum forget. So Adam, going through his second mysterious tunnel in the Temple of Styx, will this be the one that holds the satyr bag?
It's not.
Please don't drum roll for the next 10 minutes. Your poor arms. I should invest in like a small set of bongos or something to do silly drum rolls like that.
That would be very fun.
It would
You
be
could
very
probably
fun.
do a cheap one if you just get like one of those embroidery circles and just pull something taut over it, and then you can just kind of do your thumbs.
Yeah, make like a tambourine kind of thing
Yeah.
without the bells. Man,
I always forget about the little symbols that tambourines have.
yeah, I did not appreciate how legitimately cool the tambourine sounds until I started playing in the local video game orchestra. And I was like, oh, that's just a nice sound when you don't abuse it and, make it sound silly.
Yeah.
Just butt the DK Bongo controller. No. Isn't that what the soundboard is for? The soundboard is really great at altering my voice and at recording my voice. It is not so great at recording other anonymous sounds. Or like producing other anonymous sounds.
I think a way to use the soundboard for a tambourine is you just need to acquire one which is green, and then you can have a button that is just you singing my green tambourine, and anytime someone comes on stream and they're like, wow, Ganon 11, what's that? You can just go, my green tambourine. Which I associate with Recess School's Out.
Yeah, I never watched that show. I'm familiar with the song. I can't tell you from where.
Yeah. Recess School's Out is a movie in which, it's a movie of the show in which a man played by James Wood is trying to freeze the earth so that there will be no summer vacations, so kids will be in school all year.
That's such a kid's show plot.
It's really funny, and there's this wonderful moment in which he's monologuing and gets very mad, and then he looks down at his pocket square, which he has accidentally spat on, and he just goes, oh, got spittle on my lapel, and then someone punches him. Great. It's a fun movie.
You got lapels, you got face punches, what's not to like?
But the only reason why TJ notices this happening is because all of his friends have gone to various camps and he has not. So he's just kind of like walking around town and he realizes like, people are doing things in the school. That's weird.
That's so weird. We don't like that.
Yeah. And then you get to see all of the teachers being cool because they don't like this evil man played by James Woods.
Amazing. Meredith, earlier you promised that if I needed to visit the little boy's room, you would be able to vamp. Is that promise still active?
Sure thing.
All right, I will be right back.
Okay, sounds good. One of the things I was actually thinking about talking about was mentioning for people in chat who might not have been super familiar with the gameplay of Hades before they came to this, like if the coworkers that I told to watch are watching anonymously but not able to chat. I wanted to kind of give an idea of what the non-combat parts of this game are. So if you're not familiar, as I had mentioned, Hades is something in which every time you die, you go back to the beginning, but there are ways to progress. And in addition to the different builds that you've seen our runners using by way of accessing their mirror and using darkness crystals, there's also various lore and relationships that you can start building. And one of the things that I find really interesting about how much work Supergiant Games put into this is they have a system of communication with characters, which means that you will never find a duplicate amount of section of dialogue unless you like play this into the ground. So based on the boons that you've had in your run, the rooms that you've gone to in your run, the bosses you've fought, and which heirloom you have and what you've died to, that will dictate which certain options of dialogue you'll have with any character. So for example, if you had just gone on a run in which you started using chaos boons and you died in Elysium and you spoke to Patroclus, when you came back, some of the options that you would have to talk about if you spoke to either Nyx or Achilles, for Nyx you would have like standard stuff like, why is my dad so mean to me? And specifically, hey, Nyx mom, I found a weird guy out there who said that they were even older than you. Do you know anything about them? And then if you speak to Achilles, you would have the normal, why is my dad so mean to me? And I went to Elysium. Did you go to Elysium because you're such a cool war dude? Why are you here instead? Or, hey, I met your boyfriend. You guys should get back together. And that's all dictated on like the different things that you've seen during the time. So that's not something that really gets to be showcased in this run, but it's one of the aspects that I, as like a backseat watcher of the game, always really enjoy, is that you're not going to have the same interaction each time that you're in the House of Hades, which means that even if you die, there's an incentive to die, both because you get better and you get to learn more stuff about your family and your lore and the general plot of the game, which is very exciting. I also have lost sound.
Yeah,
and I think you're back.
Adam paused for some reason, and then the audio coming from him stopped.
Interesting.
So I don't know what he did, but I want him to undo it. But there's no way for me to tell him to undo it.
By the end of this run, everyone's going to be accidentally muted, just like Matt was.
Okay, so sound effect time. Ding. Just the foul sack I needed.
Ka-chong!
Phew. One satyr sack coming right up.
I'm waiting for him to walk. I'm gonna do the pitter patters when he walks. Why aren't you walking? Adam, are you okay?
Adam. Chwong.
Hey, boys.
The good boy is very good and is a good boy. Shum, bum.
I would have been so pleased if Zagreus had a dog voice, because like he sounds happy when he talks to Cerberus, but he never goes, "Oh, so a good boy. Are you a good little boy?"
Daddy's home.
Funny. It would be so funny if I could just find like a clip of like Darren Korb doing the Zagreus voice, and he's like, "My name is Zagreus, and I'm back home after having died, and I'm gonna talk to my dog, who's a good little boy."
Boom, boom,
Bum, bum. We're
This stream's
professionals.
audio brought to you by Mike and Meredith. Our album is coming out December 77th.
I
Pre-order it
scheduled
now
all of
on
your
Bandcamp.
albums to drop on March 31st because that's not a real
I
day.
didn't think that day existed. Wait,
How
Meredith,
many albums am I supposed to drop today? 77.
93.
I guess they're all going to be singles. Let's get to work.
Call Leslie. Why don't we just write
Call
7
Leslie,
more
I know
songs?
she knows a beatboxer.
Yeah. Parks and Rec is so funny.
I never really got into Parks and Rec. I watched like a season finale once because there was a showing of it at my college. in like the community area. But I know that like I really liked Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and a lot of the bones of that are the bones of Parks and Rec, so I could probably try it.
I want to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine because every clip I've seen of it looks hilarious, and I just have never gotten around to it. Hello,
Yeah,
Bro
Matt
Cider.
and I watched and finished it, a little while ago.
Okay.
Very good. I do like it.
It's got Terry Crews. It's got
Terry
Andy
Crews is great.
Samberg?
Yep.
It's got other people who are also talented, but I don't know their names.
Oh, what's Holt's name? I forgot.
It's
He's
very
good,
funny.
and he's in stuff.
I see those clips kind of come up on Facebook sometimes, and they are the kind of videos that I don't say, Facebook, stop showing me these. Facebook has gotten really weird. I'm trying to use its like intelligent learning stuff to stop giving me content that I don't care about, and it just keeps showing me content that I don't care about.
I only ever use it for Messenger because I have a lot of college friends who I can't convert to like Telegram and stuff.
Yeah.
So I only ever go onto actual Facebook when I need to like make an event. So I don't even know what stuff it would be curating for me at this point.
That's about what I use it for, except to just, when I am distracting myself with internet and I just say, give me content, it is one of the sites I open up to give me content.
My give me content websites are YouTube and Instagram, and most of my Instagram is artists.
Yeah.
So
my YouTube is getting really weird. I think I'm out of the good number 5 videos. It's just like it started to give me like 30-second anime clips, and I'm like, I don't want to see 30-second anime clips. I want to see like anime episodes. Also, all of these clips you're showing me are bad.
I've started getting a lot more like Vine style things because I would get bored and I'd actually scroll the home page, which I didn't usually do, and I'd click like some of their shorts, and now it's like, oh, this is what you want, and I'm like, no, but like I'll look at it because I don't have anything else to do.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
So it's
if
a little
that's not
confused.
just
It's
YouTube
like,
in a nutshell. Do you
I
want to
see you
watch
want
this? No.
an hour and a half video about Percy Jackson and also this joke about how moms are weird. I'm like, I guess.
I guess so. Well, it looks like Adam is going to get through the first half of the Hades fight without losing any of his Death Defiance, which means he's in a really good position to get it clear.
Very much.
It's the big laser. It's the big laser.
It's the final dad fight.
The
Gonna punch your dad in the
fight.
face, cause he's the worst dad. I wanna talk to my mom now.
Oh man. Oh man. Adam, don't fail us now. This is the blessed run.
Fingers crossed. Feet crossed.
Feet
crisscross
toes
applesauce
crossed.
for Adam.
Crisscrossed applesauce. That's what I'm gonna get after the stream. Crisscross applesauce. Kidding. I'm joking. I don't drink.
Oh, I thought you just meant you were gonna make some applesauce.
No. No, what I am going to do, in all honesty, is I'm going to get ice cream, because I've been thinking about ice cream all weekend long, and I haven't been able to do so. But you know what? The stream's going to be over. I can shut my computer down. I can give it a rest.
True. One of the things that I had talked about during Matt's Pumpkin King run was I was telling the chat about my favorite candy shop from when I went home, and how my mother had bought us like regional sodas like Polar Orange Dry and Moxie and a bunch of discount Easter candy from the candy shop. But she also got us ice cream from the ice cream shop.
Was Adam just inside Hades and not getting hit by the giant laser?
I think maybe.
I'm angry.
Maybe he has a shield that we don't know about.
I'm upsetty spaghetti. He's doing it again. He's charging it up
Ask him
again.
about that. I'm literally writing that down on my little memo pad so that at the end we can be like, so Adam, you did some nonsense. Tell us about that.
So Adam, Mike is angry at you. Let's talk about why. Oh my god.
Adam inside
but now he's got the call
Hades
going, which means
laser
he's got to use my favorite hiding spot.
epicenter. How?
How?
Ooh.
He's doing it again.
There we
He's
go.
charging it up again. All right. Well, he's used his first death defiance, but there's so little health left on
my
Hades.
goodness.
He's done it. I'm gonna press a button.
Woo! Got your dad.
One.
Take that, Dad.
And the first successful clear of the day goes to Adam.
Can you record Daddy's down?
Daddy's down.
Or wait, no, do another one. See you at home.
See you at home.
Very good.
All right, so now, just in time, when you show up at Hades, we've got
Daddy's home.
So anyone who hasn't beaten Hades yet and doesn't want spoilers, don't look at Adam. Oh, that does suck that he has to go through the whole like cutscene.
Oh no, he's
walk
walking.
thing, though.
But then anyone who gets a clear would have to do that. So
That's true.
at least it's
built
fair.
in. Yeah.
I can try and hide Adam's stream. It does say it's supposed to unload it. That might make things more stable, but who knows?
All right, Sterling time. Let's go.
So Sterling also has both uses of Death Defiance. Hiding Adam's stream has done nothing, so I'm just going to bring it back up. Why not?
He's still walking.
What else has Sterling got going on? He's still running a sword build. It looks like he's got at least a Demeter buff and an Ares
He's
buff.
got 2 casts.
Yeah, I've put his name in the way of the cast information. Maybe I can move that out of the way real quick.
Oh, maybe I was sorry. I was looking at Dad's casts.
Yeah. Okay,
But it looked like he got
he's got a
2
total of
casts
3.
on his dad.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Live stream
I'm just looking at
editing.
Adam's screen and I'm remembering the extreme excitement that I had when we got here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, wow. Did anyone have Adam as their prediction? Was that our prediction?
I think it was.
I know chat was
we
all
called
about
Adam.
that.
Yeah.
Well, go
Good
us.
job. Good job, Adam.
We're smarter than
can I
chat.
win?
Get wrecked.
Take that, chat.
Well, Sterling does seem to be doing really well against the first stage of Hades.
Ooh, super good.
We're kind of back in PowerPointing here, but I can see that health bar going down when we do get some frames.
When I see what Adam was doing in such a small screen, my brain just kind of went, "Wow, the new Stardew Valley looks great."
It's actually an Animal Crossing expansion. Yeah, Devi is pointing out that we're getting to the point where new runs might not have enough time left to finish. I do know that if you are going for individual run speed runs, one of the people I used to watch do that could get runs in like 10 or 11 minutes. So it is possible, but probably not at such an early stage.
Yeah.
Probably need a lot more stuff done in the game. So this is pretty much final runs coming from everyone here. There is 23 minutes left in the race. So it looks like Sterling has used the Death Defiance and is fighting the Hades second stage. It's going to be interesting. I guess there's a lot of time when you walking and doing the post-final boss thing that we are being vague about, I guess. Mm-hmm. That we'll be able to see that even if we're struggling. I'm just hoping to see some clear sign that he's either completed it or has died, and we can unfortunately not give him a point.
Yeah. Oh, he's real close.
He is real close. Oh, that's not a lot of health left. He still has the Death Defiance.
That's good, at least.
I think it's looking good.
Oh, I think he just got his. I think he just used his Death
He
Defiance.
did just use his Death
health
Defiance.
popped up.
His health popped up, and the little Scully symbol went away.
Come on, get your
Come
dad.
on,
Get
Sterling.
him.
Avoid those big pots.
Oh, he's getting him.
Hit. Oh, but he's getting so much damage on him. I suspect he's got it.
Oh my goodness.
I suspect he's got
All
it.
right. Fingers crossed, but I'm scared.
He got it! We got another clear! Sterling
We
is
got
our
2
second
clears.
person to clear Hades. We have a tie for first place at 1 run each between Sterling and Adam. So, yeah.
Wonderful.
It's maybe not possible for Sterling or Adam to get another run in. Because they only have 22 minutes now. Sterling still has to do the slow walk. But, gosh. Alright, well, while he does that, let's swap over to Connor, who is in the Temple of Styx. Fighting these big old crystal serpent things.
It would be very fun if just in the last 20 minutes everyone gets their first clear.
You know, I would take it. What a satisfying conclusion to this race. And Connor has found the Satyr Sack.
Wonderful.
Ooh, look, Faded Prophecies.
Ooh, fun.
Which one is going to go for? Holy Shield. I forget what that does. Is it just flat damage reduction?
I think that's just the one where the shield hangs around. No, because there's no shield around him. So I think, yeah, you're right.
I'll take flat damage reduction.
Yeah.
And he's deciding, does he want more Athena or does he want more Persephone? He went
Or
for
Athena it is.
Gigantic Cerberus moves aside and clears the prince's
The
path.
big ol' puppy took a dip.
He doggy paddled all the way home.
It took him
Daddy's
2 minutes because he's
home.
so gosh darned big.
Oh, and I gotta play this for Sterling.
See you at home.
I already
Very
forgot. Oh no, I did voice changer experience and butt changing experience as my top left and
Yes.
top right button.
Imagine walking into a plastic surgeon's office and the ding on the doorbell just says butt lifting experience.
Excuse me, Mr. 11? What are you here to see the doctor today for?
Butt changer experience.
Okay. So your appointment is still at 12. I'm glad you're here early. You can take a seat on the special butt chair and I'll let you know when he's ready.
Or if you're getting voice acting lessons and you just have a voice changer experience. Concern. Alright, Connor has 2 uses of Death Defiance. He's got little purple explodey things happening, which I think are Dionysus.
Yeah.
And it seems to be
that's
happening
the,
when he dashes.
What is
so-
it, like Fog of Revelry, I think is what they call it?
It's something like that.
Yeah. It's the get buzz.
Oh, and
button.
he's got the Poseidon call, so he's got a lot of buffs going on.
Yeah.
At least 4 different gods from what I saw. Although maybe he has,
Oh my
maybe he
God.
doesn't have anything from Persephone, and that was an option.
From Demeter, you mean?
Well, I saw the heart, so I was thinking Persephone. I saw a heart in the
That's
Temple of Styx.
Aphrodite.
Aphrodite. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm getting my Greek gods mixed up. How silly of me.
You were thinking of the webcomic I was talking about, Lore Olympus, which Persephone is pink.
I guess so.
She's just straight pink. Everybody is like just one whole color, and she's all pink. Hades is all blue. Hera is gold. Zeus is purple. Poseidon is green. Eros is also pink. Aphrodite is purple.
Maybe it's just because I've been playing too much Hades, but I would associate Zeus with yellow more than purple.
Yeah. I think he's probably purple so that he's a complementary color to Hera, and they wanted Hera to be gold.
That's fair. And purple
Also,
is
because
the
purple
color
is a royalty color.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, Connor's got a
All right,
healing
first
build. He's
stage
up in the
down.
second half.
You asked for this.
Oh,
You asked for this.
very, very good line.
Happy birthday! You asked for this.
Oh wow, Dad, you got me my favorite Game Boy game. Hooray!
I can't believe you got me the Rock'em Sock'em robot. Thanks, Dad. I love moon shoes.
That's Scully.
Put
It's just
them on
a
and they
big
just
Rock'em Sock'em
disintegrate.
robot. What?
Oh,
Who
looks
is?
like Matt got dead.
Oh no, Matt! I heard a Discord ping, and I was gonna say, who Discord pinged me? But I'm in
I
streamer
had pinged
mode.
you earlier, but I don't think I've done anything just now.
Yeah. You pinged me earlier, and you had a good idea, so we will do that.
Cool. I like like it when I have good ideas.
You know, it's my favorite.
It's the best. It's way
Halfway
better than
down the
having bad
second health
ideas.
bar.
Wow. Oh, and he's full health on himself.
Yeah, he did just burn both of his Death Defiances.
Death
It's a
Defiances don't
big
always bring you up the hole,
laser!
so. Woo!
So he used the Poseidon call to avoid the laser.
Ah, smart. Oh, he's so close. Ooh, wow, he got hit big time.
Yeah, 30 health left is not great. Oh, and I don't like the like big exploding skull rings happening while you're trying to stand very still to avoid the laser.
Yeah.
Come on, Connor. Come on, frames.
He could do it. Sterling did it with less, so. Let's
Oh,
see.
he's very
he's
close.
so close.
He did it! He did it! We got
Yeah!
3 clears!
3 clears! Woo!
I told you that.
All right, Matt. No pressure, but
Where's our cue, Mike?
Oh,
See you at home.
That one was perfect because it was right as he went into the goop.
Hades vanquished.
Goodbye, Father.
Wonderful.
I am.
Matt's in Tartarus, so I'm rooting for him, but I'm not too optimistic.
You know, sometimes you just gotta have hope. We will. We will watch.
To be fair, almost all of the first few clears that Matt and I had in like our casual playthrough were the times he was like, okay, I'll just do one more run before I go to bed. I'll probably die in Tartarus. And then it just happened to be like a 30-minute run in which we cleared it. So
Yeah.
you never know.
Any run could be the run. That's kind of the excitement about it.
Yeah.
But it does look like, just guessing, I don't think either Sterling or Connor. Well, Adam's back in Asphodel. Sterling is still in Tartarus. Connor is, of course, slowly walking towards the thing.
Everybody's got to do the slow walk.
I expect we're not going to get a second clear, but if we do, it's going to be from Adam on this run. Pretty much, if it's not
I
this
feel that.
run, it's over. Do you want to ping them? And no, I don't want to distract them. Never mind. I was going to say ping them and give them 15 minutes left, but no, we'll just ping them when their time is up. And hopefully they hear
It'll be
us.
fine.
Although-
They might have set their own timers, you know?
You know, that would be the prescient thing to do. But given that I've been throwing this together at the last minute, I don't know if our runners are also throwing this together at the last minute. I
think we'll be
want
fine.
audio from someone, so I'm going to unmute Sterling's stream, which one? Sterling is the D stream. Because as much fun as it was making our own sound effects, I'm not sure that's good stream content trademark.
I don't think that's sustainable.
It's not sustainable. Ooh, well, I guess we're not getting audio from Sterling. Well, yeah, Sterling's PowerPointing. Maybe the only person we're getting solid audio from is Connor.
Well, Connor did just finish his secrets, so good time to loop him in.
Yeah.
Hold.
Can't hold on. There is no escape. I may have spoken too soon. That's right. He was also bouncing back and forth. Who can give us solid audio? Who can do this? Do I just need to boot up the game myself? I mean, I guess if we were doing that, I could just throw on the soundtrack.
Connor asked for permission to go to the main save and do funny stuff, and I said, no, keep going.
13 minutes left in the race. I mean, he kind of knows what we know, that he's not going to get another completed run, so it is kind of valid, but also it's about the effort.
We wouldn't be able to see his funny stuff anyway because of the big lag, so it wouldn't be worth it.
While we're doing this, I am going to put on some music. I'm going to put
I was
on
going to
the
say, we
Hades
could literally
soundtrack.
just play the Hades soundtrack.
Yeah. Which means I need to do some work to get this to play. Well, no, if we're not listening to any of our streams, no, I don't. I don't think you will be able to hear it, Meredith, which is
I'll
unfortunate.
survive.
Well, actually, I could fix that. No, I can't.
Once again, I will survive.
Yeah. Just imagine we're listening to No Escape. and it's great
Okay.
because that song is
Ugh.
great.
It's so good.
It is
I
so
feel
good.
it in my bones.
Feel it in my
Lost.
bones!
I will die here. Great. Love it.
I'll never be able to escape. Let me just
Darren Korb.
Darren Korb.
No escape.
Very small.
Oh no, I put the wrong "you're" in chat. Everyone's gonna drag me.
No.
I made a mistake as a woman on the internet. I'm gonna be eviscerated.
No. It's over.
In other news, Meredith Marshall rando on the internet was canceled for forgetting which contraction goes where.
Eyewitnesses say it was just embarrassing. Can't believe
Eyewitnesses
she
say
had
she
the
turned
gall.
red as a beet and ascended to heaven that day.
All right. So now that we're
Oh,
playing
hey,
the
it's
music
Electo.
ourselves. Oh, Electo!
That's got Electo.
I like Electo. I don't like Tisiphone as much. All she says is murder.
It's true.
That's a big number that he just put on the screen. Good job, Matt. That was a very big
Good
number.
job, Matt.
A murder. That's right.
I would love to just make like a clip and just name it very innocuously, like walk through number 27 Tisiphone battle, but you just put over all of her yelling just murder.
A murder.
It's like, no, I'm not a murderer. Murder.
Murder. Murder.
The funny thing about the way he says murder is when I wasn't paying attention, I was like, why is this man yelling the word feces in Spanish? I don't understand.
Murder. Who knows? We're playing soundtrack and I request God of the Dead. We'll get to God of the Dead after Out of Tartarus because Out of Tartarus is my favorite track. And according to the now playing, it is Out of Tart.
Oh, gotta go to the bakery. We're out of tart. I request Eurydice's song.
I don't think we're going to have time for that. We got 10 minutes left in this race.
That's fine.
I'm
Just
sorry.
know that I want it. I guess I'll have to listen to on my own time. Oh.
Oh no, we're not requesting Butt of the Dead. That is a very different game.
I think that's just whenever you get to play Dry Bones and you do like a butt smash.
Yep. I need to learn this song on guitar. And I started
I
to.
forgot that you played guitar.
I haven't played guitar really in lockdown. It is very unfortunate.
There's a lot of things that I normally do that I haven't done in lockdown creatively, so
Yeah.
I feel ya. I have made less art in the time that I have been unable to do anything other than go to work and go to my house than I did when I had like plans with my friends, so it just happens.
Yeah. Yep. This track is just so doomed. That's why I love it. Adam got a clear on the Hydra. So he's making his way downtown.
Making his way to Dad, walking fast, keep hot, shoot,
You know, you had a good start.
hot feet scorch in the cold earth. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, hey, it's Ganon.
Oh yeah, you because you see my preview. I did not switch to that. I needed to make sure that scene was prepared.
Okay, good. Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm watching all of the guys playing through Ganon's stream to Discord, so when I suddenly saw my co-host, I was like, oh, what are you doing?
Just messing with stuff. Yeah,
What are you doing there, buddy?
OBS does some really interesting things with like Discord streaming when you stream the application to Discord. It is cool that it shows you the thing that I'm editing, but not the thing that I'm showing. But also, it's weird because I'm trying to show you the thing that I'm showing, not the thing that I'm editing.
Yeah. Matt's stream just did a weird thing in which it did that lag in which it sort of inverts the colors,
Yeah.
which meant that all of the ground looked really blue, but it wasn't pixely, so it just looked like he had a cool alternate palette. It was really pretty.
Yeah, when I play Metroid Zero Mission Randomizer, you have an option to randomize the color palette of everything, and gosh, can you get some trippy Metroid Zero Mission.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm sorry, I'm mostly just jamming to this track.
That's fine. I'm just pinging our donation link and our Gleam link in case anyone has been sitting on when they wanted to get their donations in, since we've got less than 10 minutes till we're closing out the stream.
I think I set the Gleam link, or the Gleam giveaway, to end at 8 o'clock, so I think that is now over.
Oh, okay.
Because
sorry about that, chat.
Yeah, you need to set it to a reasonable time so that you can pull a winner. Like, it has to be over to pull a winner, and I want to pull a winner on stream, so I had to set it to end.
Yeah, I just opened it, and it has in fact ended, so sorry for the false alarm on that, guys, chat.
But you know what? You can still tell everyone about us. We got 6 minutes left in this race, and then we will do the finale, and then we will be done. That's plenty of time to get a couple last-minute donations in, especially just in awe of the runs that we've been seeing.
You guys could, if you wanted, you could invite all your friends and get us all the way up to 5,000 in 6 minutes. If you think that's possible, that'd be extremely cool.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
But I don't think they can do it.
Just get direct relief a cool 5.
I do want to do a little bit of math.
Bucket has mentioned that this is an absolute chonker of a marathon, and you are correct.
Currently at
Slaps hood of marathon. You can fit so much charity in this puppy.
We have 24.1912 tubes in this marathon.
Oh, wow. That's so many tubes.
That's a lot of tubes. That's more tubes than we've ever raised in the past.
I could make a mean tube tower at a diner while waiting for my eggs with all those tubes. Did you ever make towers out of like the packet of jellies in diners?
Absolutely. 100%. What else did I do? I would make them out of like
creamers
the standard things. Not so much creamers. I didn't really go for that, but I would do things like dominoes or like mahjong tiles.
But you had those in like diners?
Not in diners, just like in general.
Oh, okay. Also, Holiday Wither has put a big paragraph of text in chat and says that this was an amazing past couple of days. Even though there were a few technical issues, you managed to persevere, and in the end, it was an amazing experience. All the people involved did a great job to make this fun and extremely enjoyable as a marathon, and it's amazing that you managed to double your original goal. Keep up the great work, and I can't wait for next Metroid Marathon. Thank you so much, Holiday Wither. It was really fun to have you in, and I know extra fun for Matt and I to have you in during the Pumpkin King run with your expertise in chat. So thank you for your donations and your time as well. It was great to hang out.
It's been a lot of fun. I'm really glad to hear that you all had fun. I'm once again just plumb chuffed at the amount we've raised for direct relief. So, technical difficulties aside, I consider this marathon just a complete success. I'm very happy.
And you're going to have technical difficulties when you're making an ambitious setup, so.
Yes.
We're always learning.
I think the next lesson I'm learning is throw more money at the problem. And make the problem go away with money.
It certainly works for some people.
It sure does. Chuffed as chips. I
chuffed as chips is a good one. I forgot about that.
I didn't realize that was an actual thing. I just want a bag of chips. Okay, we need to listen to God of the Dead. Maybe awesome. I'll have the music running in the background as we do our kind of exit interview.
Oh, that sounds great.
Because it's still going to be Hades related. They have 3 minutes left. It looks like no one is going to get another clear. I do not think anyone has enough time to get another clear. But we can see Matt get as far as possible. Adam is in Elysium. Sterling's also in Elysium, looks like. Chuffed to bits.
That's another one that I remembered.
Yes, I think I've heard that one before.
Yeah. Get the bone, Hydra Matt. I believe in you. Mojo has brought up chuffed as nuts, which is fun, but sounds supremely less British.
I don't know. I would ask my British friend, but he's pretty distracted right now.
I'm not necessarily saying that they wouldn't say it. It just sounds less British from an outsider perspective. Like it's one of those things in which like if you wrote it and like went to a director and they didn't actually know anything, they'd be like, "Can you make that sound more British? That doesn't sound fancy enough."
All right, I am preparing a ping message for our friends.
Wonderful. O'Connor's in a room with some witches, I see, because he's in a little bullet hell zone.
Oh no, I hate witches.
Oh, you.
I don't like witches.
Oh no, because you pinged it?
Because I pinged it, they said they had time. It's 90 seconds left. I should have held that message for another 90 seconds.
I'm
It's
here
okay.
anyway.
Hello!
I'll talk and roll.
Yeah, 90 seconds left. We're gonna call that race. I should have waited 90 seconds to send that message, but I sent it nonetheless.
You sure did.
Yes, my apologies for that. Everyone, would you like to know the final scores?
I see
I
them.
suppose.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold on. I think that we should ask everyone to die so we can go to their scrying stones to get official scores.
All right, that's fair.
Oh, that's
fair.
Wow.
fair as well. Do you all
me-
have
that's
your
gonna be-
scrying
If you would
pools?
please,
That's going to
Good
take
as
a
that
really
race
long
for me.
time.
Well,
That's
yeah, no,
gonna
I've
let's
got
go
a lot
stand
of
in the
help.
lava.
I have all my death defiances.
Oh, did you switch to your main file?
No, I didn't.
Still
No,
don't
I
give up. Also,
Clearing-
I don't have a scrying pool.
clearing the game.
Oh yeah, I don't have a crying pool either.
gives
I
you
might be able
clear,
to buy it. Man.
clearing the game gives you so much darkness through the Fatalist of Minor Prophecies. You can just buy the rest of the death
Oh,
defiances.
that's a good point.
Yeah,
You could go to
I
your
forgot
start
that
menu
you
and
don't
give
start
up.
off with the scrying stone.
I'm in Asphodel. I'm just standing on lava. It's
Okay.
fine. It doesn't take very long.
It is fun to watch.
Bye bye bye
Okay,
bye.
bye.
All right, yeah, I have no idea what the final scores were. I'm actually very
Let me see if I have enough gems to buy the scrying pool. I don't think I do.
I have eight attempts.
All right. So Matt
I
got
don't
through
even have
8
the
attempts.
option to buy it.
Oh no.
I don't.
I think
I don't
I'm
have-
on attempt number 7. And
I don't remember. I'll kill myself really quick to find out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you should just be able to
scrying
select
pool you gotta
give
buy,
up
though, so.
and go back.
I
So
got the fishing rod.
we can say, Matt, unfortunately, you came in last place
Oh.
with 0 clears.
I find this deeply frustrating, but I understand.
You
I
made
was
several
very surprised
valiant
that you
attempts.
utilized chaos boons. So like the fact that you had a
Oh,
lower
man.
life for some
I had-
reasons might have been some of that.
I had an opportunity to take Chaos Boon, and I was like, I'm in a bad spot right now. I lost the Death Defiance on the Meg fight. I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
that's fair.
I am, however, pleased to say that Adam, Sterling, and Connor, you have all tied
Ha!
with 1 clear. And the
Nice.
first person to clear the game was Adam. Congratulations, Adam.
Hey, well
I just wanted to be
done.
on the record. I was the first one to get to Hades.
It's true. You did get to Hades, and we thought, oh, it's like his second run of he's just gonna beat it
Dang.
now.
Third, I think.
Yeah, it was a very early run, and we were like, oh, yep, Connor's got it. Connor's
Yep.
cleaning up. But unfortunately, that was not the run. But yeah, Adam cleared it, and then like 2 minutes later, Sterling cleared it, and I think 5 minutes later, Connor, you cleared it as well.
Yeah.
on hell mode too. That's no
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah, that's
Extremely impressive.
Thank you.
So
I feel like I came really close to a victory at one point. I got to the second phase of Hades, the run before I actually got it, and that was
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
was in second phase on that first run when I first got there.
wow. Second run, you got second phase.
Yeah, Connor's first trip to Hades was extremely tantalizing.
I
Oh,
got
man.
to Hades with Cursed Blade, forgot that skulls explode, and died. instantly.
Oh,
I
honey.
hate
Yeah.
skulls.
Yeah.
I hate skulls. Well,
They're
gosh.
bad.
Any final thoughts on the Hades race?
I have a thought. I'd like to go first.
Sure.
The only reason I got a clear is because I got the ridiculous Poseidon cast or call build, where you get the call. It's already purple. You upgrade it. You get Rip Current and upgrade that, so it lasts like 3 times as long as it normally does, and it pulls things in. And anytime I was in a tight spot, everything died, and I had Cursed Slash.
pretty good.
Yeah.
That was a hard carry for me.
Who was it? I think it's Sterling. Were we watching Sterling, or was it Adam? No, I think it was Adam. Adam, I didn't know that you can hide in the center of the giant laser that Hades shoots in all
Yeah.
directions.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
was
great.
real upset about
Yep.
that.
I was getting very
Wait, you
mad.
can?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, it
when you
doesn't
do
exist inside him.
Yeah, I know it doesn't exist when he does the circle one. I don't remember if it's with the pronged one though.
Oh, with the pronged one,
yeah.
yeah, it's pretty easy to get behind him there. But yeah, with the circle one, that's
Yeah, you just stand in his hitbox and he doesn't damage you.
I didn't even have to worry about that. I used the Poseidon call.
Yeah.
There was one time when I was long ago when I was cowering for my life. I noticed it. I'm like, well, I'm gonna die anyway. Might as well find out. And yeah,
And it worked.
it did work. And then the next one after that was my first clear.
Well,
yeah, I had a rough couple of starting runs, which meant that the first time I got to Hades, the only mirror upgrades I had was a single Death Defiance and Dash. And that meant that I was pretty low health going into that fight, which was a bit of a bummer. I hadn't even gotten a Nectar yet. The run before that, I died the room where I was going to get a Nectar.
I think getting to Hades first helped me because then I got to clear the other bosses for their darkness and then upgrade most
that's
things.
huge.
Yeah.
I think on my first run, I killed Meg, and then I died like the third or fourth room in Asphodel.
I died to Meg. You guys know that bullet hell move she does?
Yeah.
Since you don't have the temporary invulnerability after getting hit,
oh no.
you can just straight up die. You can just die instantly. And I did.
Oh goodness.
You just
Bye,
melt.
Meg. Bye, Meg.
Well, I know that I had fun, but I think the most important question is, did chat have fun?
I
That is
think
the
they
most
loved
important
it.
question.
I think they loved it. We got a handful of donations in as well. Just appreciating stuff. Well, our total now, I won't say our final total because I still got to do the closing ceremonies, but our total now sits at $4,306.
Wow.
Hey, that's
Nice,
fantastic.
Everyone.
I
Thank
also
you,
got to
everyone.
record these fan-contributed Hades lines. So, when you show up to Hades and he turns around and says something very epic like,
Daddy's home.
Oh,
and then,
goodness.
you defeat him, and as he begins melting away in the goop of gods dying, he raises his fist, shakes it in fury, and responds,
See you at home.
He does actually say that one of the times that you kill him. Sometimes
That's true. I think that is an actual line. That's really
he does.
funny.
He does say that.
Game's
But
got
he says it. He says it in a much more defeated, dying way. Like,
So what was the build that everybody managed to beat Hades with? I know that Connor described his.
let me see if
what
I
was the run that you managed to beat Hades?
so
can I-
mine was a Malphon fist with the Zeus attack, and that was that was pretty much the crux of my whole plan. I was hoping to get Artemis's support fire, but she just did not want to play nice with that.
Yeah, I've been able to get support fire in any of the. I wonder if there's like some trigger you need to hit before support fire actually becomes available, because I love support fire.
I don't think
But,
there is, but I don't remember.
The build that I managed to get it with was I had Ares Rift, I stacked a Chaos Boon for extra attack damage, and I had Demeter's Chill on my attack. So
Nice.
Hades was super slowed.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I-
it just works.
Aside from the dumb Poseidon call, I also had the upgraded, what's her name? Aphrodite shot, where it goes further and does more damage to undamaged enemies. So I had Hades debuffed with that, so I took 30% less damage most of the time.
getting that 30%
where
damage
I-
reduction is really good.
It's real good.
The run where I got to Hades, I had the Poseidon call, the upgrade to the Poseidon call, the Zeus boon to make your call go up faster, and
man.
Yeah.
Blade.
Yep.
That's a pretty solid build.
And
Yep.
then I died to one exploding skull because I forgot they explode.
I noticed that towards the end, Matt got an Electo encounter. Did anybody else have non-Meg encounters? I'm pretty sure you were all just straight Megs.
I did
Yeah,
only
there's-
see Meg.
Only Meg.
Only Meg.
I should have turned up
Unfortunate.
all of the on that last run. I should have turned up all of the extreme measures, so you guys get to see the.
Oh, that would have been fun actually. I just did the hourglass one. Time pressure.
We were having so much skipped frames that I don't think we would have been able to fully appreciate all the cool, weird stuff that you
Darn.
wanted to do, Connor.
Yeah,
I hope you're not skipping too many
unfortunately.
frames to see me petting Cerberus over and over.
Oh, we're watching that. Actually, why don't I zoom in on that?
Please do.
Oh,
How do
I,
how do I zoom in?
I didn't know that Scully doesn't show up until
I
you
zoom
buy
in on
another
that?
weapon. So I,
Yeah.
so I
How do
talked to
I-
him
how do I
and
zoom
not
in?
having a I death didn't defiance.
I
know that.
did that immediately. I did that immediately, but
that explains it.
I unlocked the most expensive one, a spear. So I kind of screwed myself out of getting mirror upgrades a little faster.
Tylenus, how dare you? Y'all, this was an absolutely wonderful race. We have hammered Brian's server. We were
Is Ryan's server just begging for mercy?
we were at sometimes getting like PowerPoint presentations of your streams, but it was still very, very good and very, very fun. Very, very happy with our performance. I'm going to move to our just chatting stream and talk about the marathon, kind of give a decompress. So
one more thing before I stop talking about Hades. I did make it to him and die to him twice in the second phases. The second time I had Demeter's legendary and the Demeter Athena duo, which regenerates you if you have no death defiance.
Oh geez.
I got very lucky and I still died.
yeah.
Yeah, you had a lot of health building stuff. It was really interesting to watch.
But I didn't have Curse Slash in that one. If I had the Curse Slash and the health regen duo, that would have been it.
That would have been pretty great.
Anyway, I'm done.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say
All
your
right,
piece.
everyone. It's been an incredible marathon. We've played a lot of really fun games. We've had a ton of fun. We've raised a buttload of money, as you can see above my head here, $4,306 for Direct Relief. Again, all of that money has gone directly to Direct Relief. We don't see a penny of it. We are all volunteers, and I hope I can speak for everyone when I say we've had a blast. Let's take a look at some of our donors. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get just an exhaustive list of them, but let's look at some of these names. Hipster Harbinger with a lot of big donations right out of the gate. Gus, 8-Bit Theologian, Argetlem Opt, Luxury Knee Pads, Thalfong, Argetlem donated a lot in high amounts. Sterling, you donated a lot. Hero Wolfwood, Andy Man the Handyman, Hipster again, Mojo, Argetlem, Mojo, Holiday Wither, Michi, Cave Johnson. Oh, Tyler just gave me
Look in chat.
Yeah, this is the list I'm reading from. This is not a list. This is a list of every donation. I want like aggregate. Oh, and Tylenos has also donated $5, saying thanks for another fantastic marathon, everyone. This is a lovely weekend, and you all did an amazing job. 3. I'm assuming that's a less than 3, and it just didn't want to give me the less than. But Adam donated. Patrick Smith, who's on my next page. Merx Bob, Tungle, Flying Ludicolo, Dark Cobra, Brawling Grizzly, FT0, Matt Dino, a Starship Trooper, Brass Beastly, Mare, Phil, Charlotte the Terrible, Mark, Batulafo, Fantastic, Red Mage Susie, Bigoron Horde, OC, Actually Amba, several anonymous donors, Nudge, Thalfang, Vidya, Taylor Tikasoni, Dino, Bob, Your Overbearing Father, Shogun, Sterling, John, Your Supportive Uncle, Your Overbearing Father, Tylenos, and The Fragrance of Dark Coffee. Thank you all for your donations. It's been a ton of fun. Let's draw our winner. So, in this contest, in our Gleam giveaway, we had 151 distinct entries from a number of distinct people. I am going to click the Draw Winners button. We are drawing exactly one. And the winner is Vincius Morera, aka Vinny Stopped. We have your email address. We'll be sending you an email. Congratulations, you've won. You entered from Brazil, so I guess we're going to be doing some international shipping. Mojo, I'll repay you the shipping costs.
Exciting.
Yeah, I mean, thanks to everyone who entered this giveaway. Each of you helped us reach more people, reaching a wider audience, directly led to this higher total, $4,311. Super, super happy. Any final words from anyone here in the chat?
I want to sleep.
Yeah,
I think we're all very
Same.
tired.
My hands hurt a lot.
Thank
but I'm
you
debating-
Thank you to you guys, the runners. This is a great way to cap off the marathon, and based on chat, everyone really enjoyed it as our final. So thank you for
I'm very glad.
all the finger work.
That's wonderful. I'm just so happy that everybody had such a good time.
You can't
Thank
see
you
it,
all
but
so
I'm
much
jazz dancing right
for
now.
tuning in. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This marathon would not have been what it was without all of you, and it was something incredible.
Thank you to everybody on the team, because there are a few of us, so there weren't very many hands, but we still made light the work by working together, and I'm really proud of everybody's contributions. Everybody had something special to give to this marathon, and there's bits of it that everybody's had a chance to see. There's bits of it that you won't even realize were happening, or, you know, with tech on the fly, you kind of get to see who has those kind of skill sets. But I just want everybody in the audience to realize what an awesome team we have an honor of working together as. And I am so grateful for all of you and all of the work that you do for this.
It's been a ton of fun. It's been a lot of work, but I think it's work that paid off. I also want to thank our game runners. So thank you to Mark. Thank you to me. Thanks Mojo for your crafting segment. Thank you Doug for playing Parasite Eve. Thanks Brian for Cave Story and Rhythm Heaven Fever. Thank you Sarah for your art segment. That was a ton of fun. Thanks Catherine for playing Pokemon Snap. Can't wait until the new Pokemon Snap. Thank you Sterling for playing Gunpoint. Thank you Connor for The Mummy Demastered. Thanks Mark again for playing A Hat in Time. For beef hard cheese. Thanks Matt for playing Thank you, Matt, for playing Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Pumpkin King, a 2005 Game Boy Advance game.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Adam, for playing Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And once again, thank you to Adam, Matt, Connor, and Sterling for doing the Hades run. Thanks, Meredith, for helping me to co-commentate the Hades run. Thanks to everyone that showed up on couches and chats. Thanks especially to Steve from Direct Relief for stopping by. That was a ton of fun during Mojo's segment. I think we're done. I think that's it.
You, Steve, from Direct Relief.
Yes, thank you, Direct Relief, for being so awesome to work with and to raise for.
Thank you so much, Direct Relief. All right, this is it. We're gonna leave you with one final fun surprise. Not really a surprise. You saw it last night, but we're gonna end with this.
If you were up.
Goodbye,
You
everyone.
might not have all seen it.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
See you next mission.
The French thing, you know, like when you put the meat in the pan, it gets nice and crusty, that reaction, that's the chozo reaction, right? That's the Maillard reaction.
That's true. I was thinking
Food nerds will get that.
just the chozo. Oh, my wife and I had that when we went to France. And perhaps even just a
Orzo is Italian, so if you do want to go with the he thinks it's orzo,
yeah.
you want to do that.
The chozo? Oh, my wife and I had that when we went to Italy. You know, 20 years ago, it wasn't as developed as it is today, and you could just go and walk into the grape fields where they make all the wine. And if you take a day trip, you can go over to where they make the cheese too, and they got a lot of local restaurants. I don't know if they still have them. They had them when we went. But if you go in that area, sort of in the south, right, you can get these local little restaurants that have all the locally sourced ingredients, and that's where you get, you know, you get the chozo, you get the wine, sometimes you get the cheese, and they have these great desserts. I don't know if they have them over here. I tried to find them in a deli once, but I didn't see them in the local area. But there's like little cream desserts, right? And I think it's like a different flour. I think they use almond flour. They have, no, because I don't. It's a different kind of flour though. That's the thing, right? It's not like regular flour. So they make the cream, right? They get these little desserts though, and they put them out after sort of an aperitif thing, but like it's like an Italian thing, so it comes after. And they got a different wine for the dessert than they have for the dinner, and it's very expensive. But you can get a deal if you know a guy, and we knew a guy. That's actually how we got to Italy, because a friend of ours said that when he went, he made friends with a restaurateur, and then that guy, we used our recommendation, right? And he went to the south, and that guy showed us the grapes. So we go to his restaurant, and we have this just beautiful dish, and afterwards, you know, we talk about how we should go kayaking, but that's not really like an Italian thing, you know. And we try to figure out how far away Venice is. It wasn't that far. We probably could have gone to Venice. We thought about it, but we didn't have a hotel at Venice at the time. I feel like at that point we have probably cut.
I definitely want a full version of that in the bloopers. That was very, very good. I like that a lot.
The computer is so mad and so hot. Oh, it's 1 o'clock on a Wednesday and it is over 100 degrees, and that's just like ground temperature. is hot. It's hot. What is it? Is it Brinstar? Is it Norfair? Which one is covered in lava? Is this hot? It's a couple more audio takes just in case.
Alright. Air conditioning off. Natural lighting, not as good as yesterday.
I got the green screen working myself. It also thinks that my shirt is green, even though it's black. And I have a void. The void is purring a lot. There's another cat. Girls, I'm trying to get work done. Please. Please. Don't knock over my green screen. A moment, please. What's your opinion of Sam? That one would have been good. A moment, please. What's your opinion of Samus Aran? There's sweat dripping down my legs.
I feel like the woman who babysat Harry showed up in the 5th book in like a rain bonnet. Had too many cats. Don't remember her name.
I don't know what to say, Mom. Can you help her?
Well, let me tell you what the cue is.
Those complete idiots wouldn't know a gamer from a zoomer if one came up behind them and bit them on the butt. And I know, because it happened to me. It happened to me right here. They bit me on the butt, and now I need hospital bills paid for by Samus. She owes me money. She owes me money. Federation owes me money. Everyone owes me money. My glasses are fogging up.
Give me what your projection voice sounds like when you're projecting from chest
My favorite thing about the Federation.
and from throat
My favorite thing about the Federation.
and from nose.
My favorite thing.
Be snarkier.
Alright, good.
Yeah.
Well, my grandma got phase on.
It's wiggly.
Oh no, it's windy.
Let me hold it.
Veteran viewers will recall that we have a long-standing relationship with the Galactic Federation. In fact, Say Something You're Live is brought to the radio waves near you. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Is that good?
Yeah. You're beautiful, thank you.
My disguise. It's ruined.
Oh no, no.
It's
Good, good enough.
It's dangling out of my hair.
You look so beautiful.
It's a little hard to breathe in this thing. That's much better. My favorite thing about the Federation. It's how they handled the Metroid crisis. Sure aren't gonna be. I'm wiggling. I gotta stop wiggling.
All the way up in one go.
Why does the Federation not simply make robots illegal?
I could hear you echoing throughout the neighborhood, and I'm so excited about the people who are like, the f is this man talking about?
What of this avian engineer and its poorly documented history? Something, something, something. Let's take to the streets. The hair fixing take is going to be present for all of these. For reasons. Whenever you're ready, Mother Nature. Hello and welcome back to Say Something, You're Live.
It really is remarkable how much we do know about the Chozo, given how long they've been gone. Oh no, big sound. Try again. Wait for this car to go by.
Wait for the car. We'll wait for this guy.
Yeah. You pull this up to a certain side. Yeah, car.